It's time for conversation with the big guy, pal.
Wake up! It's feeding time!
Welcome to Conversation with the Big Guy. I am the big guy, Ryback, and I'm sitting here with the one and only Phoenix Marie. What's going on?
I'm back.
You are back. Week 2, episode 59, I believe.
Yes.
And we are running strong. And feedback has been, what would you say? How has feedback been?
I think it's actually been really good. I know there's like a few people who may have some distaste in their mouth with my career choices, but those are my choices.
Everybody loves to judge. That's
Yes.
the world we live in.
What do you call marks?
The negative wrestling fan are fucking marks.
Okay, there you go. See?
Yeah,
I think it's the same for porn negative people too. Screw them.
That's I think every industry has their own fucking marks. Where there's good fans and then there's them.
Yes.
And it's night and day between the good and the bad. But it's funny actually. Today I actually had met a good fan when I was walking the dogs at the park, which I always put up on Snapchat or on the Instagram thing. And and we're gonna get into this in a second. But I was walking and this man is sprinting at me, a grown man. Full steam, like from all the way down the other end of the park. And I don't know if he's just like on a sprint on the runway or just what. And I got the dogs, and they're small dogs, so I'm always very protective of them. And like, I just don't trust anything anymore. This guy is getting closer and closer, and like I can feel him coming, and I like look, and I'm just like, I don't want him to run and hit my dogs, so I just kind of like just stop, and I'm holding the dog so he's not in the way. But he was just running up to me to tell me, "Hey man, I just want to let you know, feed me more. We really miss you."
Oh,
Thank you.
awesome.
Yeah, it was really nice, but it had me a little on edge because the guy's running like you never know. And even though I'm in my neighborhood and feel close to the house, a grown man sprinting at you full speed. And with the little dogs out there, I'm always protective of
The
them.
babies. Oh.
But I think on to more serious things, I think it's only the right thing to do to kind of bring this up since we both live in Las Vegas. I was born and raised here, and you were the one who actually informed me Sunday because I don't watch TV or the news hardly, and it was you sent me a text message. I go, what did you say? Have you
I said, "Are
the
you
shootings?"
okay?"
Yeah.
There's shootings going on.
And I go, what? And then I turn on the news and see, and it was, what craziness, huh?
Very, very sad and disturbing.
I think for everybody listening, obviously, I got a lot of messages that night from people all around asking, "Are you okay?" And most of the people that know me know I don't venture out too much as far as
You don't.
I do things, but I don't in particular. I go out all the time
Or
I'm
big
not,
crowds.
Yeah, like it's not my thing. And this was the Route 91,
Yes.
and with the country music festival and thousands of people there. And the guy, I believe his name was Stephen Paddock, and 58 dead and 489 injured, I believe the official numbers. They were doing 59, but they were counting,
Including him.
And I just think that like you don't even include.
Yeah,
it.
screw that guy.
And I know they're still looking into everything, and as far as if there was one shooter or multiple shooters, but it's crazy that this happened in Las Vegas, where we really have been pretty lucky as far as
Mass tourism and no deaths.
and for being a bigger city and with everything that we have here and all the different people that are in and out. And this was like the first time something of this magnitude. And Jesus, it's so unfortunate. And it's scary because any of us could have been there at this thing. Like I've gone out to different things from time to time, and I'm like, but these people are just there to have a good time and just enjoy the night and.
To be rained bullets upon them while you're enjoying Jason Aldean on stage.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, one of my girlfriends was bartending the
I was going to
event,
ask you if you knew anybody there.
and she went to pass a beer to a gentleman, and her bar back got his brains blown out and on her shirt. And she's like telling me this, and I'm like getting goosebumps. I'm like crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "I made it out." She's like covered in blood. it like her clothes. She's like, I just want to burn these. Like, I can't even imagine washing these. Like, this is disgusting. She was a part of all the carnage and everything going on. I had friends on the strip being locked into the Bellagio. They were shooting a scene at the Bellagio. They pulled him downstairs, barricaded the door. He was doing a little Snapchat live. He goes, we're stuck in here because they believe there were shooters at one point at the Bellagio. Did you listen to the admin link that I sent you?
No, I didn't know. Wait, no. So there was multiple things going around that they're saying it's one shooter.
Correct.
I've heard things now. They're saying there were shooters down on the floor of the concert, or at least one other one, or multiple other ones. And I've heard people saying there were shootings at other casinos.
So that's what all the hearsay was. That's why there was such a huge panic. And my friends, one of them were staying at the Mondrian. They actually were taken out of the rooms, moved across the street behind the Cosmo for protection in a barricade situation. I'm very fortunate to kind of know the guy who went in and killed the shooter because he put 2 bullets in him, one in his chest, one in his head.
Did they actually shoot him or did he commit suicide? Because they're saying that he committed suicide.
When he shot at his chest, he put the gun to his throat and blew his brains out. So he basically...
Yeah.
But we scored one for the team.
Absolutely,
No bad guys.
Yeah. It's I was just following different things. I had to quit watching the news because they actually had. If you've heard this before, you know my thoughts on the news, and sometimes they could do good and spread information. Other times it's just absolute bullshit, and more times than not it's bullshit. But like there was, I can't even remember the one, but they had like a scorecard from the Orlando shooting to this, and like it's like a tale of the tape. Between and like all it's doing is you're just encouraging like what is the next killer gonna do?
I hope they get 60 the next time. Like
this
fuck
is what you have to beat. Like this is how does Orlando measure up to Vegas and like it's just
or the Dark Knight shooting with the guy came in as Batman and blew people up and they thought that they were watching the movie and
it's unbelievable.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
I got a question.
Do you believe in concealed carry or no?
So I don't. That's a tough question. The gun laws, I think it's more of because everyone's going to have their opinion on the gun laws,
right.
and I have guns here for self-defense, and I've been to the shooting range multiple times, and because I never have liked guns, I wish they didn't exist at all, but they do.
And bad guys have them, lots of
and
bad
guys have them, and they're going to find a way to have them.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is not necessarily with the gun laws because everyone's going to have there's such varying opinions on that. I think the one thing we could do, in which we've done on certain things, and I think it's just going to affect human life in every way possible, is that we can't take our freedom for granted anymore. And going out, like it's a luxury and it's a great, and these people who just went out to have a great time.
Enjoy country music and drink.
People going to work another night out in Vegas, beautiful night out, and they will forever be scarred by what happened by one person's selfishness. And that I think that, and you heard the people talking about the hotels were vamping up security.
Right.
And I think it's a matter of, and doesn't matter if it's a movie theater. I think it has to go for gyms. I think anywhere it's a public place where people go in larger numbers or gather, that you need metal detectors. And I think like airports in other countries have, where to enter the airport, you have to put your bags through.
Right.
And they scan your bags before you even go, as you go into the airport, before you check in, and then you go through it all over again. But you know what? It eliminates people bringing guns into an airport. And I think now, and like right now we have the TSA and we have all that has been done and extra security measures, and some people love it and some people hate the wait, and it sucks sometimes, but to me, that is the only way you ensure that this stuff, or give it yourself the best chance to go out and enjoy life,
right,
without assholes like this ruining it for everybody else. And like you going to a gym, who's to stop a man from bringing a gun into a gym?
Right.
There's not, and you can't. This world has been too many dumb fucks that breeded for too long.
I agree.
Yeah,
Agree.
The movie Idiocracy is a very realistic thing that is.
You turned me on to that movie. You're the reason I saw it.
It is legit happening before our very eyes. And so, you will never be able to talk common sense to certain people. And there's a lot more of them out there than people realize. And just go look on social media. You'll see how many fucking idiots are in the world. It's really scary.
It's sad.
Yeah, it's
Darwinism, unfortunately, didn't work in all areas.
And to me, I just think you have to hotels. It's the same. Who would have thought like that going to that concert, and I'm sure I don't know if they had metal detectors out there or not for that event.
No, I believe it was just.
They
like,
should though. That should have. But again, though, even if they did, and they're saying whether there was a shooter on the floor or not, the hotels don't. And that was the first time I think anything like that has happened from like as far as
a hotel room, especially at Mandalay Bay.
Yeah, and this guy had this elaborate, thought out plan, and because he knew the flaws in the system, and I think now like hotels, I think you just have to. Every place has to hold itself accountable, and you have to assume the worst now. You can't take people for their word, or you have to have extra security measures for everything. And that's just my personal opinion on that, because gun laws, you're going to always have the bad guys are always going to have the guns, so you just have to find a way to make sure they don't bring them into the places where there's mass amounts of people.
Right, and luckily, like with the SWAT guy that had his gun on him, because he's obviously a SWAT officer, was able to form a team, get them all together. Like he took 2 regular cops, 1 off duty, and plainclothes, all concealed carries, brought them into his team, and went and barged that door and got the guy.
Do you know anything about how they found out on what floor he was on, or did they narrow it down from by
the security guy went on the floor, and because the cameras were on the cart, he knew that somebody was coming in, and he shot that security guard in the leg.
I heard a security guy, he got shot on that floor, right?
Mm-hmm. And he thought that he was part of like the police department, not just the security. And then that triggered the alert that that's where this guy is. And the guy that was actually going to the concert, the SWAT officer, actually went into the Mandalay Bay and came and took him out.
It's just unbelievable and watching it that night. And it was late at night. And
it was like midnight.
I was getting ready to go to bed. And I just stayed up watching. I was just, because nobody knew anything. And you're just seeing all these different reports. And they had interviewed somebody, a girl, and multiple people were saying that there was a couple that was ejected out of the concert who were heckling people, telling them they were going to die that night.
Oh, that's
but whether I hadn't heard anything else.
I haven't heard anything about that
but
either.
I watched that live on the news, and but you never know when you're interviewing people, and
even then they could have been just talking shit and didn't realize that was
going to happen later on. But it was it's interesting because his girlfriend just got back into the States from the Philippines, I think, but it's hard for them. It just seems like this just to be one person. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if there's more people involved. And
he bought all the guns legally, 100%.
They were all legal.
They were all legal from California, Arizona, and Texas.
And did he just bring these up because he had multiple rooms, I believe, because he had
2
money.
rooms, He had 2 rooms.
And he shot from 2 different windows from a distance apart, I think, for different angles, supposedly. Like it's just sad because you wish they can get him alive just so you can get answers. Like why?
It's like, how fucking psycho are you to grab a gun and start raining down bullets on somebody?
On innocent people.
And he had an FBI background. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
His prior FBI, like he's a legit, like smart, intelligent person with craziness in his blood, I guess. I don't know.
It's just like if you're not happy in life or whatever you believe something, but killing innocent people, I will never. The amount of people whose lives are forever affected by this. That Ryback.
And my girlfriend, like passing the drink, she used to do porn, and like she's like, I thought I was doing so much better. I'm just serving drinks, and now here I am, like in the line of fire, and what the hell is going on in my world?
And that was wide open out there. Yeah. There was nowhere to hide.
It's like it was almost like a shooting like bullpen. Like you were just shooting ducks in a barrel.
You're just shooting at mass amounts of people. And I'd heard the bullets were going through people and hitting other people, and which would mean typically if you have hollow point bullets, upon impact they're going to stop.
Right.
If he's shooting like gun range bullets. Where the
AK,
and just like where they just keep going, right? Like just going through people. I don't know. I just can't comprehend why you would want to do that, and what is accomplished by it, and whatever his beliefs were or who he's affiliated with. It's just like, why kill innocent people? I don't get it. Like, is that the only girl that you knew that was there?
Yeah, that's the only one.
Which is like, it's amazing. I didn't know anybody there, and I mean, because there were 20-something thousand people.
Well, what's crazy is I was going to the hockey game because I have my season tickets, and I looked over at the, fairground thing, and I went, I like country music. I'm all, I should go. And I went, pulled up the app, and I was with my
Really?
friend, and they're like, you don't need to go to the country fair. I'm like, oh, and it was that day. Like, it was,
Yeah.
I was
That's
literally
what
on the
when
strip.
you were telling me, like,
Yeah.
you like, unlike me, you're Miss Social Butterfly. Like, you
Oh,
love
Jesus.
mingling among the people, and you're constantly doing different things. And,
Right. Like at the Ellis Mania thing that I randomly,
which
I guess
we'll talk about
yeah.
later here in a little bit. But like, that's you are constantly doing different things, and it's very realistic. You could have been there. It's just so. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't. I was telling you I was looking at different properties, and the girl the real estate agent actually, it's really cool. Megan, she has like been helping out with like the different things, and I think that's really cool for the Las Vegas community.
Right.
Did you see like the turnout for the blood?
Oh, the blood drive was crazy.
Just lines for hours, and people because there were so many people injured and wounded at that's the thing that you don't really. Outside of the 58 people who lost their lives,
420, I believe, was like
400.
injured.
I believe it was 489 injured,
89.
and I don't know how many. I know during the week it was between 50 and 60 people in critical condition, which I mean that can go. It was
Either way, yeah.
Either way, like that's very serious, but just the mental scarring of being because I had to stop watching because you see it once, you see it twice, and you can't understand it.
I started crying. Like I was just like, I can't hear these stories anymore. It hurts me. It
but
hurts my heart.
when they're replaying the guy just spraying bullets down and that noise, and then as you you watch it again and you watch it again, and then you're just for me then start envisioning what is going on with this guy just spraying bullets. And it's so eerie and creepy, and then you start going through what's going through their minds, and you can never duplicate what's going through their minds, but you can get a little bit of a sense of, oh my God, I can't imagine being involved in that. And it's just, I had to stop watching. Yeah. I can't, and that's all it's like on loop over and over and over and over again. It's like, okay, the Las Vegas community has pulled together and
amazing.
I know there's some, I put something on my Instagram on I believe it's a bakery deal is doing a thing with all their sales on Saturday. It's on my Instagram. For
Dunkin' Donuts, right?
No, they might be doing something too. I'm sure there's multiple places doing it.
Dre's tonight, all their funds are going to.
And I know I put money towards the GoFundMe for the Las Vegas. I don't know the man's name that started it, but it was like at 2 million, and then it hit 4 million, and now it's like.
Well, Dana White donated, I think, like some crazy. I think it was $1 million.
One of the casinos, I think, donated a couple of them $3 million.
Probably,
and now the new goal is 10 million. It's probably already close to that.
Well, they have to ship these bodies back to wherever they're from.
Yeah.
Like that's the crazy part. People forget. Like it's tourism.
Yeah.
These people don't live here.
Well, that was the thing too. A lot of people, when that all, and amongst all that chaos, they left all their belongings behind. You're not thinking about, oh, I got to grab this or that. You're taking off.
My
People
cell
are
phone
dropping
dropped,
dead
yeah.
right by you. You're taking cover. You're leaving. So a lot of these people didn't have IDs on them, and people that were were
getting
in
shot
critical condition, like I know, or getting shot, or were not one of the ones that had gotten away. Like they didn't have a way of identifying a lot of them, and so it was. I believe everything I would hope at this point has been organized and identified, but it's
I believe Saturdays when you're able to pick your vehicle up because they had like the lot that everyone was parking at had 180 cars that were unclaimed, and you have to think like that's 180 people then. And were those victims and craziness?
I know there were people they were saying that literally sprinted out of there, got in their cars and drove back to California or wherever they drove from, and like didn't bother going and getting their stuff and just fled Las Vegas. Yeah. I can't imagine. Like,
I wouldn't want to go back to my hotel room. I'm going to be honest.
And you don't know where the shooting. You don't know if there's multiple shooters, and you just he shot for I think it was 10 minutes straight at one point, and it's just like it is. We live in a truly, truly unique time, and hopefully, I believe we need to take extra security measures for everything moving forward. I think we can't. That you could trust no one anymore, and that. To enjoy these things in life, we have to be able to make sure we're okay because, this one I would never have seen this one coming. No. But there are people like this out there, everywhere out there, and there's more of them than we think. And it's it's unfortunate, and my heart goes out to everyone that was truly affected and involved in that and whatnot. And it sucks, but it's great. The positive is the Las Vegas community, and I think just worldwide,
Yeah,
it's been a very
worldwide, man.
positive. As always, whenever anything bad happens, people tend to pull together, and it brings out a lot of good in people. But I can't imagine being. If I had a family member there, I mean, it's so many different emotions going through you from sadness to anger. And that guy, Stephen Paddock, whatever, go fuck yourself. And
I hope you're burning.
yeah, it's a piece of shit. But we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after this.
I am the ultimate Ryback, and I'm here to tell you about Feed Me More Nutrition. It is the ultimate premium in sports nutrition. Wake up, unlimited energy. I take it non-stop, and I have all the unlimited energy from the gods above. My blood, my skin, the energy is pouring through my system. The big guy, all natural testosterone booster will be giving you erection to the heavens. And if you need protein builds muscles upon muscles. I so hungry, premium grass-fed, prebiotic, enhanced whey protein isolate is what you need. Fat, burn body fat with Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner, the most powerful fat burner on the market today. Feed me more nutrition. Save 10% with Podcast 10. Available on feedmemore.com and Amazon.
All right, we are back. Phoenix, how was your week this week? Do you have a lot going on?
This week was interesting. One of the things that randomly happened was I decided to go to Encore Beach Club.
I feel like every week for you is interesting.
I definitely have some things that I do that are questionable. No, I mean, interesting. That's
Like
the
what?
word.
Like what?
We'll discuss whenever we say what's next week involved. You're going to laugh your ass off. But let's go with this week. Aubrey Kate, one of my girlfriends and me, decided to go have a girls' day. Went to Encore Beach Club. It was like a belated happy birthday. They were really cool there. I love them. They put happy birthday Phoenix on the thing. It was so sweet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're so nice to me. They're like, they're family.
Yeah.
And so after that, she told me at 6 o'clock I have to go to this thing called Ellis Mania. And I'm like, I have no idea what Ellis Mania is. Like,
Yeah.
no clue. Don't know who he is or any. And she goes, he has a podcast and like he's pretty well known. I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I've been doing a podcast now too. She's like, oh, really? I'll look at it. I'm like, yeah, you liar. Whatever. So we get there and she's like, I'm going to be a ring girl there. So you can just hang out. I have no idea what to expect.
Okay.
Next thing you know, Joanna Angel's there and Ryan Keeley's there. And
I have no idea who any of these people are.
Good job.
Are these
These are porn performers.
industry
Yes.
professionals? Okay.
Yes. And
I like that term about industry professionals.
I'm going to have to use that one. I'm gonna
That
steal it.
might be the new term for it. I don't know if that's used for something else or not, but it's
It's now for porn stars.
industry
Boom.
professionals.
So these girls, Allie Hayes is there. And I'm like, and then Aaron, who's Small Hands, Joanna Angel's husband, they all are going to fight. I'm like, wait, you guys are part of this thing? Like, hold on. Who is this guy? Tony Hawk's there.
Yeah.
Skateboard legends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Filthy rich man.
Filthy rich. Well, you know what he was in charge of? The shock collars that they put on these guys. They blindfold them, put shock collars, like dog shock collars
Oh my
on them.
God.
And then they have to like box and fight each other while they're getting zapped.
You told me you were at this, and I Googled him, and the first thing that came up was him fighting a UFC guy, UFC fighter, or he was one of the guys that fought Brock. I forget his. I know his name because Brock thought I looked like the guy.
Goldberg? No, I'm just kidding.
You do listen to the show, asshole. I see that you must have filled in on the past episodes. No, oh God, it's gonna really bother me that I can't remember his name. But anyways, he had to fight him with one arm tied behind his back.
Oh, are you thinking Chuck Liddell?
No, it wasn't
No,
Chuck
okay.
Liddell. It was a big guy.
Big.
And he beat the shit out of the Ellis guy.
Yeah.
Like just knocking him down time and time again. And I thought it was like this guy just does like freak show fights, I think.
Yeah.
Where he gets like these real legit badasses, but he's all tatted up and like
He seemed nice.
no,
but
he seems like a great
yeah.
guy. Like, but he just goes in there and
wants
says,
to get
"Fuck
fuck
it."
it.
But he gives himself a little bit of a like
An edge, here, you have to wear the shock collar. I'm not wearing any.
yeah. But it's like entertainment fighting, which there is a place for that. Absolutely. How was it? There a good amount of people there? Or?
It had a small crowd.
Was it at a big venue?
It was inside of the Joint, where we have AVN every year.
Okay.
That spot inside of Hard Rock. It was kind of neat to see, where all these porn girls normally sign is now got a big giant ring and girls playing with each other on stage. They had a dominatrix.
Your life fascinates me. I am. It is just that's just another week for you. You go this is like the part of Vegas. I'm 30 minutes away from like the Strip and all of this. Keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
I'm sure people don't want me talking right now.
No, but it was so funny because I'm watching this dominatrix beat these two girls, and I'm like, wait a minute, I've had sex with her. I'm supposed to work with that one. Joanna Angel goes in. She's never boxed or fought. She actually had somebody training against Nikki Hartz. To watch two porn girls who have I've
Do they
seen
get paid to do this? I would. Hope.
I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest, if they got paid or not.
I wish you knew these facts.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't ask money stuff.
The downfall of Ryback. I'm fighting with one arm tied behind my back and a
How much am
dog,
I getting paid?
a choke collar on, and Jesus.
Hey, listen, I know some people. I got a shock collar in my car, so whatever. I'm just saying.
I love that every week you have different accessories on you.
I always have clothespins, rope, and lube.
Wait, you keep this
in my backpack.
That in your backpack is always with you?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Listen, I like clothespins. It's like a thing with me.
Wait,
clothespins. You know, you hang your laundry out to dry?
Yeah, but what are you using them for?
Nipples, vaginas, balls,
Holy
tip of the dick.
Fuck.
Tongue. I love putting them on your tongue because it makes you really spitty mouth.
You are such an interesting human being. I feel like the listeners need to know more about you. I'm learning more about you. I don't.
It's not my fault.
I just thought you were an industry professional. I didn't realize it was so in depth.
Yeah, no, I like to have fun. I do.
You're very in tune with yourself. Clothespins, though.
Yes, clothespins and rope.
Rope.
Hemp rope. You can tie somebody up from the ceiling and hang them and then fuck them. No problem, rope.
Jesus. And you're a little shooter with your wrestling background.
So you think they're getting out? Nope.
Oh my God.
Okay, so
the people you have.
So I did that. Ended up leaving a little early because after watching my girlfriends punch each other in the face, I'm like, oh, this isn't really my type of venue. I went and ate at Nobu. And
what is Nobu now? What kind of food do they have?
It's like a Japanese.
Okay.
It's really awesome, amazing, high quality.
They have do they know? Is it? Because I've been to places like when the WWE was in town a few weeks ago. Dolph Ziggler, whom you know, and a couple other guys, Rusev, and there were some other social media people there, and we went to a sushi place in the Hard Rock.
That's Nobu.
That Nobu?
Yeah.
That place. I was so mad because I love sushi, but I like Kaizen. You can go there and get the all you can eat, and
yeah, and it's $5.
I don't care if I'm a billionaire. I just look at food.
You literally went across the street to Kaizen.
I wanted because they were like, well, there's a Kaizen right on there. We're like, well, why the fuck don't we go there? I will get so much more for $50 than
5 pieces.
One roll for $50.
Yeah.
And then what comes in this? Oh, 2 pieces. What? I was just like, oh my God. It was great place. So the food was awesome.
Yeah, no. Quality over quantity. But
yeah.
We're quality.
But see, I go to eat to I eat.
Right.
I'm not going to the social part is just the afterthought of eating to me.
Fair.
I wanted to go there to see everyone, but I'm just thinking I'm so hungry. It's carb day, and I was so disappointed. But they had a really good blazing shrimp thing.
Okay, I only had the yellowtail, and then I ate ice cream.
Yeah, but we sampled. Everyone got kind of different things, but the shrimp was a good sized portion for considering when they were charging per roll. And I eat 6-7 rolls sometimes.
Fair.
8,
No, yeah, you're a big guy.
I go to sushi places for carb days. So Nobu really disappointed me on that end. The food was amazing, but continue. So
yeah, so I ended up doing that, and then I bounced out. I was cool sculpting all week, so
Cool sculpting?
Cool sculpting.
Cool sculpting. What the fuck is that?
Oh, you didn't know about my second career?
I don't know a lot about you, obviously.
Oh,
Phoenix.
I feel really disappointed. I don't listen to your podcast. This is payback fair.
Yeah. This is getting to know you.
Oh,
through
right.
This.
The other stuff, the non-porn stuff, is I do cool sculpting. I'm a cool sculpt technician.
What is cool sculpting?
So people go and get lipo, and it destroys their body fat cells and destroys their skin elasticity, et cetera, et cetera.
Lipo's really bad for you, right?
Yes, 100% bad. They're
I
taking
got a story
cattle
about my
prod.
stem cell thing. I think they have to lipo fat.
Yes, they do in order to spin it.
They use my ass, but I'll tell you about all that.
Wait. You know that's like amazing, right? They used your ass, and you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Continue.
Of course you would take it that way.
I'm just like, did they go around the hole? Did they stick a finger in to make sure it was good?
We'll talk about all of that.
Okay,
I have my theories on when they drug you up and you pass out and die.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
I wouldn't know.
Well, afterwards. I mean, if you got stretched
I'll
out
tell
good.
you all about it.
Okay.
I'm into the cool sculpting right now.
Cool sculpting.
I have no idea what this is.
Okay, so it basically freezes the fat cells from the epidermis layer in, and obviously it's not going to hit any of your visceral fat because that's what's around your organs, etc.
Yeah.
But it can do your posterior fat, and I freeze it. It takes 35 minutes for like our new head, and you put it on. 35 minutes. First 5 minutes sucks. It's like, oh, this is burny, freezy, ucky. After that first 5 minutes, you're frozen. So
Your
don't
fat is frozen.
Your fat is frozen. And then 30 minutes of it going through, it's continuing to freeze. I pull the head off. I massage it out. It actually breaks the cell membrane down. And then you actually release all the cell and through your lymphatic system. And
You
you're
essentially sweat and piss the fat out.
Correct.
So wait, how do you freeze it again?
So it's called the cool sculpting machine.
Okay, it's a machine.
It's a machine, yeah.
Is it like a small handheld?
No, it's awesome. All I do is I attach for instance, a lot of my guy friends who are bodybuilders, they always have that one little stubborn area love
Yeah.
handles.
I got Ric Flair. Whenever I store body fat, it's just on my sides.
Okay, so
that's the one place, and I'll be shredded everywhere but my sides.
So I could literally put this on one side, then the other side, 35 minutes, you will completely lose all of it. You'll never see it again because I killed the cells. They're gone.
You have no idea how fascinated I am by this. You do this?
I do it. I did it to myself.
Have this device at your fucking house?
It's actually at the office. I do it out of Ageless.
Can you take it out of there?
No, but I can have you come there. No one will see you.
Okay.
I'm just letting
I don't like going out, but okay.
Listen. If I get rid of your fat, you have to let me do it. Okay.
Okay.
So
no, I'm listening right
yeah.
now. I'm very.
I've done it where I cool sculpted my chin because I used to have a really bad double chin. I call it the blue.
Girls are so fucking weird.
Whatever.
Your fucking chin?
Yeah, no, because have you ever seen what
you're always in shape and lean.
I am, but girls have issues, okay? And
no, that's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not talking to him anymore. Next podcast.
So you have this device. Yeah, conversation with Phoenix.
You basically attach it. I did my chin. I got a phone call from Browsers that they needed me for this semi-orgy scene. And I'm like, well, I just cool sculpted my chin. No one knew I had it done. I've done it where
it doesn't hurt or anything afterwards? Or?
You're tender in that area. For the sides, love handles on guys, you guys are fine.
Well, for you, you don't want your chin to be tender going in.
All right, thank you. Taking a fucking huge cock down my throat like
God,
nothing.
Phoenix.
Oh, it's crazy.
There's a portion of people that are so angry
that I'm talking like this.
That they just don't understand. But it's hilarious.
It is hilarious. Guys, I love you, okay? I love everybody. I'm sorry if it offends you.
You don't offend me, and you don't offend a lot of people. A lot of people love the podcast.
Okay, good. Thank you. So basically, I can get rid of every fatty area. I tell people, if you can pinch it, I can freeze it. Because it's pretty much true.
And it takes about 35 minutes?
35 minutes each section that I do.
Now, how big of a section can you cover in that 35 minutes?
I'm going to show you with my hands. It's basically the size of a brick.
Yeah.
And that's where most people.
That's essentially each side.
So imagine, okay.
Front to back, kind of on your love handles.
I'm not allowed to promote it on paper, but I think I can say it. So everywhere else in Vegas, they're charging $800. I charge $400 for the same exact procedure because I'm awesome and I'm training and they love me.
You've been through training.
I'm certified.
You
I
are
have
certified
a
to do this.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't like in your.
This isn't like one of those. I watched it on YouTube.
You give me the address and it's to your house in the basement. And then I see the dungeon down there.
No, it's
You're
not
yes,
that.
I have to handcuff you before I do it. Why do you have to fucking handcuff me, Phoenix?
Because you tried to move. I want to watch you cry. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Sorry.
You terrify me. You absolutely terrify me.
I'm so
I don't know what I've
compared
gotten
to
myself
you.
into here.
Sipping
That
on
is
this red
really
wine.
cool.
Continue. Yeah, no, it's amazing. And what's great is it also works slightly as a skin tightening, because with lipo, what it does is, I'm sorry, I'm gonna throw this out there, and please, girls, if you're listening, don't be offended.
I don't think I have one girl listener, but
I'm sure
No,
there's-
actually, I do Kai back, but outside of that, I don't know.
So a lot of women these days are injecting their fat from their stomach and their sides into their ass. Gross. Why don't you just go to the gym?
Yeah, I
Don't
have a
look at that.
story about that I'm not going to share about, but
Gross.
it is just fucking stupid.
Not only that, but so it leaves the flesh that they lipoed out looking like curtains
Yeah.
hanging on abs.
Yeah.
And they don't realize this, I guess. I don't know. And they think it's going to go back to normal. It's like, no, bitch, you expanded your fucking waistline so large to make your ass so much fake and bigger
Yeah.
that you've destroyed your skin cells and your elasticity in your flesh.
Just go work out.
Yeah, go to the gym. Go to
That's
the gym.
all
I
you have to
swear.
do is
get a
just-
great trainer.
Just work out. Eat a little better and work out. And
Hey, we could totally do like a podcast thing or like a live stream whenever we decide to do those.
Yeah.
Where of you showing me like exercises, and we can teach girls how to actually build an ass.
I think girls have figured it out, Phoenix.
Yeah, no, the eating
Asses
junk
of
food.
today are so much better than asses of yesteryear. Have you looked around? And again, I just mostly going by the IG fit models,
Yeah, oh, Jesus.
which is my only reason for ever even, like if I put a post out, occasionally one will pop up on my timeline and I'll
and DM.
pause for a second. But it's, I feel like people have figured out girls today, like all fitness people do is just show them working out their ass.
Yeah, but unfortunately, you know, and I know, if you're working out your ass doesn't look like that. That's whenever you can tell. So, like, you
think this many people
have literally done fat transfers and injections and
But there's so many
implants.
fitness. You think the fitness girls are doing it too?
There's a big difference. Look at their legs. That's all I have to say. If you look at their legs and their
You're very
legs, the
possessive
ass,
over the ass, Phoenix.
listen, I was born with it. So whenever someone comes out, but
You don't like to see people. Yeah. No, I get
it's
you.
just like, dude, I was called
That's
fat
like
for years.
That's like guys getting mad at another guy because he's doing steroids. This is like your version of that for chicks.
yeah. It's
Whoa.
like, ugh, it's totally not okay. Like, it's cheating. I
Yeah.
don't- and
Performance enhancing the ass.
yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Not only that, but like, you know, and I know, if you build muscle, your
Yeah,
ass
it
becomes
takes-
muscular.
It's very rewarding, but it's in this day and age, and there's so much with technology, and
Mm-hmm.
everything revolves around money. And doctors are just finding ways to take your money, or even if it's the best way or not the best way. And I know for a fact from someone who had it done that it can go horribly wrong. And she was very lucky
That she's good.
yeah, and it did not affect her, and like she came out of it, but it was extremely scary. And I'm talking in the hospital,
where you're in the hospital
for days and infections, and it is a horrible decision. I think. But
Even the fat transfer, and though it's funny is these girls don't realize you get the fat transfer, it's fat. And it's
Yeah.
being placed in an area that has no reason for it to be there.
yeah, it's
So
foreign to that area. Yeah.
And if you go and work out, you know what it takes away? Fat. So you know what's gone? Your $10,000 fake
Well,
ass.
I think a lot of them don't work out, and they probably find that, oh, I'm not allowed to work out. The doctor told me to take it easy.
So I'm going to get fatter and make
Until
my butt
next
bigger.
injections in a year. So I had my stem cell procedure done this
Yeah,
week.
speaking of injections.
So this is it went great, and shoulder's a little stiff still. It's only a couple days after the procedure, and then you like to go in for this. My back is so much better now. I told you from getting it done, and
Right.
my shoulder has been a little longer process because it was in a lot worse shape. And but my shoulder is way better than it was 6 months ago. So we're doing another round of the fat stem cells, excuse me, and the bone marrow stem cells in 2 weeks. This was the fat cell portion again, where it kind of primes everything up, and when they do the bone marrow in 2 weeks, it just like you don't feel any of it.
I don't care, bone marrow, no.
The liposuction they do though, they have to when they bring me in there, it's a process. You go back, it's like surgery essentially, but it's not surgery. It's the same process as far as getting the needle put in you in the IV. I've had so many of these done now throughout my life. It's like I look forward to this to when they drug me because it's the best period.
Oh, the sleep. Oh my God.
Yeah. So I have learned to love the process, whereas before I would worry, and this isn't surgery, so I'm not as worried about being put under for this because it's different than they're not cutting me open. And
can I tell you something right now? I totally just envisioned you getting drugged and put face down on a bed and your butt up in the air. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sure. Thank you. We're keeping the sexual undertones alive throughout the whole fucking show.
No, I'm so sorry. Wine. I'm gonna stop.
You've had 2 sips.
I know. Go
You're
ahead.
an easier drunk than Pat Buck. No, so I go in there and they bring you to the back finally, and there are a couple people in front of me, the doctors, and they're doing his procedures all day. And it's always in the same room at this hospital, and everybody knows me. And it is, so, but like surgery is a really weird thing, or going in for procedures or surgery where you're getting put under, because they've always asked me on different ones, is it okay if we have like the understudies come in and watch and observe? And I always say no, because I don't want like
some random PA with a cell phone recording it.
Yeah, you never know. Like, oh, look, there's Ryback, and like
here's his butthole.
Yeah, because you always. And of course, none of that goes on. It's always professional, I'm sure. But you always, like, these people see, like, because you're in the robe, and like, but they take all that shit off when they do the procedures, and you're in their ass naked, and like.
Hold on, how many people does it take to lift you and move you?
I don't know, but there's like 3 or 4 people in the room to start.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure others file in throughout the thing, and like, but I've just learned to just like love the process of it now, and. But I was sitting there and they had to draw my blood because for the fat cells, they take the PRP, which is the platelet-rich plasma, and they spin it and they put the healing factors with the fat cells, and then they inject it in the joint and all the muscles that they're working on. But they were drawing my blood, and the guy, the anesthesiologist came that I know because he's my same one every time, and he gave me something, and I all of a sudden don't remember anything, like instantly don't remember anything. Nice. But I remember being awake on the table. I must have fell asleep, and then I don't know if I fell. I don't know what all people are around me, but I just remember being naked on the table, hearing the doctor saying, "Where should we take the fat, from the side we did before or from the ass?" And I go, "Take it from my side. Take it. I get rid of all the fat on my sides." And I'm like completely drunk, and he goes, "No, I think we're gonna do the butt. You don't have really any fat on your sides." And I have a little there, I go, just take the fat from my side, doctor. I don't want to tell you again. And like he goes, no, we're gonna take it from your butt. And then I don't remember anything. And then I woke up later, and they got it from my butt. So,
oh, darn it!
Yeah, doctor wins. Couldn't. No, but it's before when they did my side, it was swollen for like 2 weeks, and it was just like it looked like just this big blob of fat on my side, on my left side or wherever it was, my right side, and it was just. And I remember I had to go do a signing, an appearance in Nova Scotia, Canada, and I'm like in my mind, I always go through this stuff. I'm like signing autographs for kids, and I'm like. Oh, I'm a fat piece of shit right now.
Are you in your singlet when you do your signings?
Oh, no, not for this. This was T-shirt and jeans,
good,
leather jacket for. I talked about it on the show. I wore a leather jacket for probably 2 or 3 months of my signings. I was still 270 throughout all of it,
right? But
I wasn't able to work out through the initial for like 3 months or 2.5 months, whatever it was, and so I didn't feel like Ryback. So even though most kids in them won't know, like I knew, so I try to just keep the appearance up no matter what. And
leather jacket makes you look even more. But
if like one kid goes, "Ryback, can you take your shirt off?" It would really like, no, I can't, kid. My left side looks like a fucking big tub of lard right now. Aww. But that's what goes through my mind through all this. But anyways, it went great, and I went and got my cheat meal afterwards. After every surgery or procedure, I do a cheat meal.
Oh, what is that? What is that?
This one was PDQ, the buffalo chicken fingers. Have you had PDQ?
I don't know what PDQ
You know Cane's?
Yes.
Well, picture Cane's, but they have more items on there, and they have buffalo chicken fingers. Oh, I love buffalo chicken fingers. I love buffalo wings.
I'm more fingers. I don't like to eat anything on a bone. Shut up.
Okay, but no, yeah.
Yeah. I can't eat anything on a bone. It's so weird.
So weird, right? God, the mind of Phoenix Marie.
I'm dead serious.
I can't wait to turn this into Dr. Phil with you eventually. Just Dr. Ryback.
Oh, no.
Not a fucking doctor. Oh. No, but so we got that, and then big Papa John's pizza, and
Ooh, what kind?
Pepperoni and mushrooms.
Okay.
Pepperoni, mushrooms, and olives. I take that back. And then the chicken fingers and fries from PDQ here in Vegas. And I ate those in the car. And just like, because I'm still high off the medicines or whatever.
Like, this is so good every bite.
I love the surgery process. And then you wake up and you're so out of it and you say stupid shit to nurses and you don't know what you say.
You don't throw up after?
No, never.
Okay.
But they make you leave in a wheelchair, and like it's just really funny to me. And
You're like, wee!
Yeah, just wheel me out, and then it's just fun. I don't know. I can't explain it. I've just learned to love the entire process. But that's like the one day, like I just totally relax. Like I don't worry about work or anything. I'm just like just chill out and eat some junk, and I don't do that often. So it was a good deal though, and it went well, and I got a wrestling match in Nashville on the October 14th. That information is on my website and Facebook and all that. And then I got one more procedure on the 17th. And hopefully that, I don't know if that's going to be the last one, but we're going to do it probably every 6 months until eventually, because my cartilage was so worn out in my shoulder.
So you're going to be able to wrestle in a week?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's,
that's incredible.
well, I'm working around it essentially. I'm not doing anything to really agitate my shoulder anymore. But when you have these healing factors in you, you just keep healing. And it's just like the cartilage is regrowing like very slowly. Right. And I've been trying to make sure I get 8 hours sleep every night, because when you sleep, some nights I've even done 9, sleeping more than I normally would. Because
jealous.
I know that my body is repairing right now. And I notice in my back and my shoulder every day, I'm using this time, since this wasn't the game plan leaving WWE. I didn't anticipate my body going through everything it went through.
It's like it turned on you, like, all right, now pay attention to me.
And so I'm listening, and but I'm still wrestling, but I'm giving myself weeks to recover in between while I'm going through all this, because I'm young still.
Yes.
And I want to be able to, I'm looking at this from when I'm 50, 55, 60. I need to make sure I take care of myself right now, because I see a lot of other older wrestlers and they're not in good shape, and it's not their fault. They didn't know better. And you can learn from the past. So I'm just trying to ensure I'm doing all these business things and get my body as healthy as fucking possible, because there's a lot of things in wrestling I want to do, and I need to be healthy for it. And my back was at a point where like I wasn't healthy. Mm-hmm. So that went well, went really good. I tell you, I'm investing in some real estate finally.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
Are you big on real estate?
I am.
Are you? Is that something else you partake in?
Yes.
Do you own properties I don't know about?
Yes.
What do you own?
In California, 2 houses.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they paid off or no?
Paid off. Parents. I basically went in venture, like I paid off the one that we had in Riverside, and then we bought another one towards Palm Springs.
And do your parents live in one of them now out there?
Yes.
And then the other one you rent out?
Yes,
or?
rent.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Honey, I'm full of all kinds of surprises.
Don't call me honey on this. Don't talk down to me, goddammit. Goddamn fucking man, Phoenix.
I'm sorry, Ryback, right.
Excuse me, big guy, Mr. Big Guy. No.
Mr. Big Guy. I don't know if it's big or not, guys. I'm going to be honest. So
Jesus Christ, Phoenix. What is wrong with you?
I'm going to assume size.
Sexual.
What size feet do you have?
Size 14. Actually, size 14 feet.
He was going to go 14 and a half. He was actually thinking,
no, I wasn't going to lie.
Or not.
Yeah, you always go an extra. No, you always go under that way.
Oh, so you're surprised later.
Yeah.
And then you tell him, listen, I'm really a grower, not a shower.
Yeah. You got to have it all covered.
Making sure, okay.
Okay. I'm sure you've heard it all, which we will, just the tales of Phoenix. I can only.
Is that going to be a new segment to this now?
I would like a tale of the week from Phoenix. I think our listeners, where it's just, but I feel like me poking and prodding question-wise will eventually get stuff out just naturally. Where we'll get to it every week anyways.
Probably will.
I'll make sure you're always about a drink deep, because by that point there'll be no filter on you. So.
Oh yeah, especially.
No, but stem cell thing went good. I went and looked at actually today. Airbnb is something I learned about, where it's really interesting. In Vegas, there's all these rules and restrictions on it from the hotels, but I'm in North Las Vegas, technically my area, where those rules don't apply.
Right.
So I am I have a game plan I've kind of mapped out of, I want to get 4 different properties, condos, townhouses type deals. And I put offers in on a couple different ones now, and that are not far from me, and Airbnb-ing them out, because if you rent them out, you can rent them out no matter what. And,
right.
And you, in the profit margin, you'll make something no matter what, and eventually own the property and that whole deal. But Airbnb, from different information I've gathered and from my buddy in real estate, you could pull in realistically $3-4 grand on Airbnb per month on that.
No doubt.
No, like pretty
And
routinely.
we're gonna rent them out for porn shoots.
Yeah, and that's the first thing again. So
First thing I say.
The first thing I tell you is like, oh, I got put in for this property today. And you go, oh, do you know you could put those in for porn shoots? It's just it never fails. But I'm
trying to make you money, baby.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
up? See, now you're baby. Went from honey to baby.
Honey to babe. Listen, babe. No, but I told you, I go legitimately. When I was that crossed my mind because you've mentioned that before. I feel like to me like.
Yeah.
I think could we use your house for a porn shoot? I don't know if it was that.
Yeah,
or,
it was something along those lines. And I was like,
and I was
well,
like,
you
yeah,
got
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know if you said I don't think so. You just said not.
I
at this
probably.
point in
Oh, can I
time.
be in it? And then no, you just. And I was like, oh, fuck.
You can
that.
just watch. Wait,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
even more awkward.
Ryback eating deviled eggs, watching a porn shoot in the corner.
No.
Sorry, you don't like deviled eggs. I had some before the show.
I like deviled eggs. I'm just thinking like eating that while watching. No. Mm-mm.
You do like deviled eggs, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I forgot. You've
Spicy.
seen everything, and we don't want to always talk about
Yeah,
that. But we will. I mean,
Eventually.
the
So wait, what's your week like this week? You didn't say that part.
What do you mean?
You said the 14th. You have that. What else do you have going on?
Oh, this week I'm just here in town. I'm waiting with the Shell Shock Extreme Fat Burner. The
Your labels came out.
labels are done
Yes.
and to the manufacturer, and I'm hopefully going to have it in possession next week. And then I got to ship out a bunch of them to Amazon, which will take about a week to get up on Amazon from the time I get them.
Right.
It takes them about 6-7 days to get the UPS order and process it into their system and their fulfillment center and all that. But it will be up on feedmemore.com hopefully next week before I leave to Nashville.
Awesome.
And yeah, it is. I'm super stoked about that because we're working on the BCAA electrolyte pump right now. The owner just called me the other day, and he's super excited because with stevia, there's not a lot. There's only 2 different branched chain amino acids with stevia, I believe, out there, and they both taste pretty shitty. It's really hard to sweeten with stevia and get it right. Okay. This guy, he's a food scientist. This is what but he's the owner of the company, the manufacturing company, and I get to work with him directly. He's really cool, and he's like brought me out there and took me on a tour of everything, and just super cool, good people in Oceanside, California. And he's working on this personally, and he goes, I fucking nailed it. And I go, get out of here already. Like, because the other company I was working with, they had a little bit of trouble with the stevia at different times.
Right.
It's not easy. But I'm kind of, and I don't want to say I'm a perfectionist, but if I'm not happy with something,
OCD, go ahead.
it's getting sent back. Not OCD. I just know what I want.
Okay.
And I'm very confident, and I know, and I think sometimes you got to challenge people, and they'll be like, this is the best we can do. No, fucking, I want better.
Right.
Like, figure out a way. You can do better. And it's not in those words, but my mind is just like, I know what I like and what it needs to be in order, because people are not going to like certain things no matter what.
True.
But it needs to be at a certain level. And he nailed 2, I believe he got cherry limeade and raspberry lemonade, but he's doing orange pineapple also. Ooh. And he's sending them to me so I could sample the flavors. I really want the orange pineapple because I want different flavors for the different supplements.
Will you have it in time to do our next podcast? We should do a live tasting.
If hopefully I do. I
Yeah,
should.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's a great idea
Yeah.
actually. Which I have you try it before. I'm like, do you like it? And like, cool, we'll do it on the show.
No. I
Well,
want to
good.
do it live.
You're such a piece of shit. Phoenix.
We'll add tequila, so it's going to
Spitting it
taste
out,
great.
Just like, God,
Like,
thanks for helping sales, Phoenix.
It's good.
No, but that went down, and I'm really excited about that. And I got to do another demo next week at LVAC. I do those probably every 3 weeks. I do them.
Does that mean you get a free pass? What day is that?
You can come work it with me if you want.
What day?
I pay
What day?
for it.
What
I
day?
legit
What
pay
day?
for it. I pay a girl to come.
Are you kidding me?
No, that's why I'm trying to work you right now. That
Right,
way you say
I
you'll do it for
would've.
free. I'm like,
Well,
oh, you'll do it for free?
Well, listen.
It's a
okay.
podcast.
So
thing.
I have Wednesday.
I'm doing it Wednesday. I need to do it Wednesday, actually, ironically. Wait, you have something Wednesday? Did I say Tuesday?
I'm off. You said Tuesday would be better.
Monday? What day?
Listen,
Wait, when are you off?
Wednesday I have a girl that I have to use her own body to mop up squirt off the floor. And then Friday I'm doing the same thing with so one is Gina Valentina.
I love how you drop. I don't know all these names, but I'm sure
okay.
some people. You have your
Right.
listeners that do know.
Yeah,
these.
no, and I hope you guys are listening. And if you don't know them, odds are I'll let you guys know next week if they were good performers or not. And then I have Luna Star, who I know is like the best pussy eater in the world. I get to work with her on Friday, and I'm going to probably do the same thing with her. Why do girls like to pee all over the place?
I don't know. Again, your world is an entirely different world from my world.
Have you ever had a girl squirt on you?
No. I've not. So you're
Squirt
just
is
life.
piss.
Yeah. No.
It's disgusting.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that are into that stuff, I feel like, but I'm
I
not
have
one
no
of them.
desire to get peed on. So my rule
Now, I feel like
was-
going to the bathroom is an entirely separate entity from...
Right, you're allowed to pee in
yeah,
a
yeah,
bathroom. Yeah, that's fine. But the idea of somebody finding it attractive that a girl's pissing on them, no matter how much
human beings are very weird creatures, I think.
Okay,
Probably half of the listeners to this show are...
Right, they're like,
oh, that's totally every day. Yeah, cool.
No, like I have 3 no's. Don't spank my ass. Don't.
Is that really one of your rules?
It is one of my rules. Don't spank my ass. I'm not
Why
a
is
fucking
that?
kid. I don't know. I like...
That's like me getting called hun and babe. You don't like it.
Yeah, oh really? I don't care what you like.
Yeah, no, I know. You.
It's me, remember? Okay,
I know.
Cool. So, don't spank me.
Phoenix's rules. This is funny because I have my rules for success on my notes.
Oh, really? We're
That-
gonna have to
are these
discuss-
Phoenix's
This
rules?
is Phoenix's rules.
Okay,
Oh my
okay.
gosh, this works. Okay, so don't spank me. No prolapse. That's where your colon falls out of your asshole. That's disgusting to me.
He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke! He's gonna puke!
Anal blowout. Is that a real thing?
Yes, it is. It's disgusting.
Have you experienced?
I've never. 10 years in porn, and next week's my 10
How
year
have you
anniversary.
avoided anal blowout?
Because I
Phoenix?
know how to fuck. Like, you don't need to stick giant toys in your ass to warm up. Like, if you love anal sex, your asshole's gonna let you take a dick in there.
Okay.
Facts.
All right.
So you're telling me you're gonna blow out on me?
No, you're never going to touch me, Phoenix, ever.
Damn
This is
it.
business. I've explained. The moment that line is crossed, I'm going to be looking for a new podcast partner eventually.
I know it's because he has other girls that'll cut him, but it's fine.
That's not nice to say, Phoenix.
No, I'm just kidding. Stop. There's
Very
a
possessive woman.
like all women are possessive. I think a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not really, but it's okay.
I don't know.
All the girls I've ever met literally are like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you
No,
let
you're a
him go
very
fuck."
cool girl. That's why I asked you to do this show because you're very cool. Like we've always been like
Yeah,
just
friends.
like,
And that's- yeah.
And it's even though I don't know so much about you, but now I'm
Yeah.
learning as the show goes on.
He's totally gonna join me for cool sculpting. It's gonna happen.
No, the cool sculpting thing is I'm the most fascinated by. You have no idea. Like I'm in
He
my
wrote
mind.
it down on his notes.
Yeah, cool sculpting next week before the
One
show.
day, cool. And what's great is it works almost instantaneously. But
So your rules.
yes, my rules: no prolapse, aka your colon falling out. I don't find that attractive. I don't want to lick it. That's not gonna happen. And don't pee on me. Those are my only rules.
Okay,
Pretty easy.
that is
3.
I didn't know you would have rules, but you do.
I do.
You do have limitations.
It's not like I just don't like it. And if a guy normally smacks my ass accidentally during a scene, he holds me down and will literally go and like fuck me as hard as he can and like, "I'm so sorry, I forgot you don't like it." I'm like, "Yeah, you fucking," because I'm like 2 seconds from slapping him in the face in the middle of a scene, and
Okay.
I refrain from doing such.
Have you dated a lot of famous people or no?
Yes.
Yes. Are you allowed to name the people you've dated? I'm not asking like intimate questions or no.
No. I've dated other porn performers. I've dated 2 porn performers, 1 director, and then 1 really famous football player.
I remember. Oh, that's right. You told me about
Yeah.
that actually. Are we allowed to say his name?
No.
or no? Oh, we're
no,
not.
No. No.
Oh, I really wanted to.
I know you totally did. Don't you dare.
Oh, he was a really good football
yeah,
player.
really great, amazing.
Are we
And-
allowed to say his ethnicity?
No.
Okay, I'm trying to narrow it down for people.
No, it's not.
And the team he played for?
No.
No?
Let's put it this way: he'll be in the Hall of Fame probably next year. I would say.
Oh, well, you just narrowed it down fucking tremendously.
Well, let's see if he's in the Hall of Fame.
Because I hope it's
already.
all old guys and then one guy that's not old.
Not old.
Yeah.
He's not. How about this? He's not old.
No joke.
and-
somebody's going to be watching next year and know exactly who
And
it is.
I'm gonna get it blown up all over our
Yeah,
timelines.
yeah. And then it all
Yeah.
comes out.
But I don't know. I'm pretty basic. Your rules go.
You want to hear my rules?
wanna hear your rules.
It's from my book. Have you read my book yet?
You
Wake
sent
up,
me a
it's reading
copy of
time?
it. I actually started to read it 1 or 2 times, but unfortunately didn't finish.
Why didn't you read it, Phoenix? I'm interested in knowing that. It's gotten actually really good reviews.
I know it has, and I actually liked it and everything else, and I posted nice comments.
I didn't send you a book.
You sent me the original transcript.
Did I? Oh, that was really early on.
Yeah.
That was probably before it went through. That was probably not even close to finish. Or maybe it was. I don't know.
No. You said it. This is like my baby, and
Yeah. Because it was multiple things going through it, and I'm just gonna read through my rules.
Yes, let's
but
hear it.
without giving the details. Number 1, believe in yourself.
Okay.
Number 2, set goals, and you can chime in if you want. If you don't agree with these. Number 3, work hard and spend yourself. Number 4, educate yourself. Number 5, block out negativity, or feed me morons, as I like to call them.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, failure is an option. It's okay to fail.
yes.
Number 7, thank you, being grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Number 8, be philanthropic. It's good to give and just and be charitable and give without the expectation of getting back.
I like that.
And number 9, enjoy life. Live. Those are my rules.
Are you living?
I am, but I am constantly striving for more balance because I sometimes, like right now, I'm healing. So I'm healing and growing my business and doing other things mentally, where like I'm not allowed to do like my boxing and my Muay Thai or go to jiu-jitsu. I've had to pull myself back, and I've kind of just using this time to do business things and like the real estate. I'm finding ways to stay busy.
You're using your mind and your assets.
And while still staying in shape and still wrestling enough to keep myself sharp for that. But I'm in a very cool, interesting point in my life. So it's and I'm very excited because I think the next 2018 is going to be fucking awesome. Because I'm like I call this the Ryback regeneration, where I'm just letting all the damage I did to myself and pushing myself really hard. I'm healing up right now, and like my back is all better, and now I'm just the shoulders, my sole concentration, and it's like I did a match with my Wrestle Pro that few weeks ago, and with AR Fox, this guy is really really good on the independents, and we had a hell of a match, and it's not me wrestling 5 nights a week, it's just I'm off for weeks at a time and going in there, but keeping myself in shape and pushing myself and showing fans that like different things, and but giving myself time to heal. So it's really excited for what the future holds.
Only gets better.
It does. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break here, and we'll be right back after these messages. If you're anything like us, you like to enjoy a nice cold soda every now and then, but you hate the empty calories and the artificial sweeteners that come with it. With Zevia, you don't have to pick your poison. You won't feel awful worrying about the potentially harmful side effects because with Zevia, there are none. Zevia uses the all-natural sweetener stevia and doesn't have any caramel coloring either. The result is a delicious and safer soda with none of the nasty stuff. Zevia has 14 different flavors of soda, 4 flavors of sparkling water, and 4 flavors of awesome energy drinks. This is the naturally sweetened pop you and your family will crave. And Zevia is giving you the opportunity to try their products for yourself for free. That's right, for free. If you live in the US or Canada, just go to Zevia.com/podcast and sign up. And they'll mail you a coupon for a free 6-pack. What are you waiting for? Head to Zevia.com/podcast and get your hands on some ASAP. Okay, we are back. I think it's Phoenix, as you saw last week, we do our plugs of the week and everything that we have going on, and to let our fans know where they can find our stuff or anything we have going on. Do you have anything that you would like to plug? And before that, do you have a song of the week?
I do have a song of the week.
You didn't have one last week. You really let me down.
Yeah, well, you didn't really let me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of hard on the spur of the moment.
Yeah.
Like, well, give me a fucking song now.
I was so scared. He's so mean.
Yes.
So aggressive.
So goddamn aggressive.
I actually.
Then I'd pick the Titanic song.
Right?
Yeah.
My heart will go on. He's trying to fool you guys. Don't let him do it. I actually love oldies. I don't know if you guys know this. I love listening to oldies. When I'm doing Pretty Girls before my scenes, I'm listening to oldies music because it makes me feel good.
So weird. Wrestlers, like I listen to music before I go out there. I think everybody like has like
their thing, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you listen to more like awesome raging metal type music.
Just different, cool. Yeah, they get my. You want to get. Yeah, oldies won't get me going before a match.
Yeah,
but
it
it's
gets
so
me
interesting.
a little
Before
wet.
a porn scene, though, you're doing oldies.
And probably not a lifting porn scene, but like just love making to another girl.
Okay,
Definitely oldies.
all right. I can.
Okay.
No, to each their own. I get it.
So, Brandy, You're a Fine Girl by Looking Glass. Also, because I've been watching Guardians of the Galaxy #2. I don't know if you know I'm a comic book nerd, but I'm a huge
No, you're a wrestling nerd and a comic book
yeah.
nerd.
I was basically never going to get laid.
You're always going for internet cred, I feel like.
No, actually, I can show you all my Marvel masterpieces from like 1993 on to 96. Also, all my books. It was like, oh, you're a boy? I want to be just like you.
I'm like a jock, I feel like, growing up. I was always like just athlete and
Yeah, getting laid. Tell me more.
But you're but you're a dork.
Yeah.
Or what people classify. I don't give a shit about it. Whatever you like, you like. But
I've always fell into the category of never going to get laid. So I guess
you
it's
really made up for
nerd-dork.
that later in life.
Fuck yeah, I did. Yes.
Jesus.
Put me in, coach.
You're winning. Yeah. All right.
What do you got?
Plugs here, guys. All right. P.O. Box 752740, Las Vegas, Nevada 89136. For all fan mail for the big guy Ryback. If you just want to write a letter, anything, I always get back to you guys, and I appreciate you guys caring and sharing your stories, and it's my way of giving back a little bit any way I can. So thank you, and hit me up. I always get back to you guys, which reminds me I got to swing by the P.O. Box tomorrow. Feed Me More Nutrition, available on Amazon, feedmemore.com, in Las Vegas at Spartan Nutrition, in North Las Vegas, Wise Chiropractic in South Las Vegas, and now also available at the Never Quit Boxing Gym with my good buddy Ramon Montano, and I believe I pronounced that correctly. And he's always been my boxing trainer for multiple years now, and he's carrying the line inside his gym, the Never Quit Boxing Gym. If you want to get in shape, they have a great Muay Thai class in there, and it's he's one of the Floyd Mayweather's guys. He's a lightweight. He is a badass, and he runs a great school. They have a weightlifting facility in there, and all that. So check that out if you're in that area. It's on South Rainbow also for Never Quit Boxing Gym. Wake Up, It's Feeding Time, the motivational book by the big guy Ryback that Phoenix Marie has not read, and available on Amazon in paperback, Kindle, and Audible form. The new Feed Me More Nutrition workout shorts, pants, and tank tops are available on feedmemore.com, and the new Feed Me More goal boards are on Amazon for $14.99. Fuel Meals, my personal meal prep service. Save 10% with discount code THEBIGGUY, fuelmeals.com. Holosync Meditation by Bill Harris is the meditation program I've been using for years. Check that out. The link is on feedmemore.com. And Feed Me More Nutrition, the official Facebook, at Feed Me More Nutrition. Follow us on Twitter for this podcast, at CWTBG. Phoenix, anything you would like to add?
Follow me on Instagram at PHXMARE, and I'm good today.
You have a website?
I have like 4, so.
Why don't you just name them? You're horrible at fucking plugging
I
yourself.
don't. I'm not really good at that.
That's how they know.
Okay, OnlyFans, Phoenix Marie.
Oh, you have an OnlyFans?
I
Do you
do.
think I would get followers for OnlyFans?
Yes, I do. I think you should totally do an OnlyFans. Because what's
Isn't
funny,
that all sexual, though? Or
No, because I have a lot of the guy friends of mine, like, for instance, Johnny Castle. Extremely all about body fitness. He will put a sock on around his, you know what? And
That's sexual. Okay.
Wait. No.
Really...
No. Hold on. But sometimes he's just in board shorts.
Yeah.
And he's at the gym. He pulls up his shirt, shows that he's all sweaty, worked out, got fucking 12-pack going on, and he's like,
Is he on performance enhancers, you think?
no, he's not.
Do a lot of porn stars use steroids?
Not steroids. They tend to do more the HGH, Clomid for the pop shots.
I was going to ask you that. Is that the old Peter North?
Yeah.
Deal? That the porn scene? I feel like our listeners would like to know, and then I'm jotting down notes also.
yeah.
The big guy test booster is great as a semen
Really? Pop
enhancer.
shot? Really?
Yeah, but I'm curious about because I've heard the Clomid deal before.
Yeah, that is one.
Brock Lesnar popped for that actually, by the way, for his UFC fight. I wonder if he was just taking it for bigger loads.
He's
or
like, babe, I'm just trying to coat your face. It's not about performance.
But it wasn't for after steroids. But yeah, that's.
Yeah, that is one of the ones that they do use. I know.
Is there anything else?
You want the porn?
Yeah, fuck plugs. I don't give a shit about your plugs right now, Phoenix. This is way more important.
Fine. So, Clomid, Muscle Milk.
Wait a second. The
Dead
fucking
serious.
protein muscle
Yeah.
milk? Wait, so what ingredient in muscle milk?
I don't know, but my ex used to take it before his scenes, and his loads were always thick and huge, and he swore
Wait,
by
was he
it.
on Clomid too, though, or no?
No, not really. No,
I feel like that one's really...
that's it. No, I promise you, it's something. Not he's not the only.
That muscle milk is just a protein shake.
Yeah, and you know what? Unfortunately, it makes protein shake.
But yeah. Touche.
But the other one is, if you want your cum to be like awesome and amazing, do almonds, honey, and cinnamon before you fuck, and pineapple. Legit.
Is this like a thing on sets? Like in WWE, we had catering.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like a little catering thing of this stuff before?
When male talent knows that they're going to work with the girl who's particular about certain things like cum and don't like cum, they will actually be smart and do that and not eat the steak before the night before. Because,
Wait, so steak has a negative...
yeah, it makes it really salty and thick. Really salty.
Okay.
Not so good. But it'll help it enhance as far as like volume is like, you know, that really thick, really pasty look ones.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that you take whenever you have steak and a lot of high protein. The sweeter and the other one is a lot of, like you said, the Clomid, and then the almonds, the honey. They actually make
You're such a fascinating human being. The facts that you're spitting out right now.
I'm
Male
smart.
listeners are like researching Clomid right now.
Yeah. Well, trust me, there's a lot of things.
Conrad from Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard is definitely looking up Clomid right now.
Oh, jeez. Don't
He's a
paint
great
girls'
guy,
faces.
actually. Great co-host.
For me, I always feel like the things guys don't know about are your Keverjet.
Wait, what?
Keverjet? You know what that is? Oh, come on. You're lying to me. You don't know what that is?
I've never heard that word. I feel like wait.
Okay,
Is
so...
there another word for it? Or
Nope.
Keverjet?
Keverjet. It is what they inject in horses. Okay, so milk...
Wait. Why do you act like you're so fucking surprised that I don't know what that is?
I thought you would know about these
No,
things.
I'm not like people. I've dealt with goddamn steroid accusations my entire life. Of like,
I believe
like,
it. You're
I only
huge.
did them for a brief period early on because I thought I had to, and it was an adolescent mindset because I heard other wrestlers talking about it, and I thought like, oh, they all do it. I got to do it to be a successful wrestler. I've just had an obsessed work ethic my entire life. Like I hate the shit.
Oh, I literally had people ask me if I was on growth. And I'm like, excuse me? They're like, yeah, like your body's transformed or even tighter and leaner. And I'm all, it's called going the fucking gym.
Yeah. When you watch your diet,
every day.
for hours on end, it really gets annoying when people.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Okay, so Keverjet. So we'll go ahead and give this little tips. There are
because my tips of the week are next, so this is great.
Yes,
you're
exactly.
giving your fucking tips for shooting bigger loads. Okay.
It's bigger loads, but also Keverjet is for maintaining an erection for 4 hours plus.
Oh, I feel like I have heard of something. Maybe, yeah.
Because there's actually been articles
They
in the
inject
news.
it into your penis.
You inject it into a vein. Normally, it's towards your balls, so that way you can
Jesus
hide the
Christ.
little injection mark. You
Okay.
don't want your penis to have like a bleeding sore on top.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're injecting something. It keeps your penis hard. It also allows the guys to do crazy shit. Like when you see guys lifting girls in the air and like flipping them and their dick's completely hard. And you're like, how is he still so hard and fucking her? It's because he's cheating.
This
So-
is such an because I feel like there's so many people they get low self-esteem from what
Yeah, watching porn. Oh, I understand. I totally get it.
That's amazing. People are doing this before.
Before scenes, yes. And then,
How do
unfortunately,
you get a hold
though,
of this stuff?
right? Because I'm one of the guys. Okay,
Do you do that along with your cool sculpting?
right? I'm gonna inject your dick with Keverjet. Oh God, I'm not. That is not what happens. I will get kicked out of that office if I even joke.
You
like
got to
that.
start a little side hustle on the side.
I'm like, listen. You want me to inject your dick? Come on, 4 hours, baby. You can go home and
People are
grill
going to
the
trust
hell.
you with that, I feel like. They're not going to be like, I'm sure she gets it. Yeah.
She knows what's up. So Keverjet for keeping your dick hard for hours. The other part, obviously, your Cialis and Viagra's do work.
So they're stacking. Are they stacking these
No.
things?
If you
Okay.
use,
Guys stack steroids, so I feel like this is like steroids for your
unfortunately,
for your dealio, yo.
well, if you use the Keverjet, you don't need to worry about it. But the problem and side effect is now you have performers that have used Keverjet to enhance.
Yeah.
It eventually stops working.
Oh man.
So guess what you have to do then?
I don't know
You have
what.
to get a penis pump.
Really?
They slice your dick open.
Wait, you're talking about like actually
An actual
surgery?
pump. Yes, an actual surgery. So there's a couple
So there
different
are people out there in
Yes.
your
In my industry that has-
industry professionals,
right,
as we
industry
call them,
professionals
that
have fake penises, basically.
Like a cyborg penis.
Yes, 100%.
Jesus Christ.
And what's crazy is, originally when I went with my ex to go and look at this, like I saw it in the jar. It was, imagine like a jar, like, formaldehyde and eyeballs and everything else.
Jar?
There is a mold of what.
It's not always going to be sex talk, guys.
I promise it's not. I'm so sorry.
This is early on into the Phoenix era.
Yeah, we're going to rein
I'm learning as we go along. I feel like a lot of people are right
I
now.
think a lot of guys want to know this stuff.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. If you tell me you've never really watched porn even once,
No,
you're a liar.
every human being watches porn to some degree. Not, I shouldn't say every human being, but every man.
I think every man has at least watched a magazine, a movie, something.
Yeah.
Like there's a clip, a softcore. I saw fuzzy boobs when I was 13. Fuck you, you saw something.
Yeah,
fair.
It's a thing.
So these guys will inject Coverjet for so long. It always starts out like this. They go to Cialis and Viagra. Okay, eventually that stops working.
Really?
And so then you have to go to Coverjet. So imagine you're taking these pills, and the Viagras and Cialises aren't cheap. They're pretty expensive, my understanding. So they're taking those.
Get them on the black market.
I don't want to know what he's using.
Just that was a joke.
Yes, calm down, people. They're like, oh my God, Ryback uses.
Yeah, it was
It's
a
gonna
joke
be all
in
over.
reference of Daniel Bryan,
God.
but goddamn.
Okay, so you go ahead and use 1, then you're using 2, 3, 4, and then you're like, shit, I need this in order for my dick to work. Now I
Okay.
need to go to Coverjet. Now you're injecting your dick.
This
and
is
that
crazy.
Works. So then that works for a little bit. And it is, like you said, performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
So then now you're using Coverjet. You come to set one day with your little bag and your needle, and you go in the bathroom and you shoot your dick, and your dick doesn't get hard. Your dick is like,
You've
man,
lived this.
I have seen it on set.
Yeah, I
yes.
can see your face.
Yeah.
I saw the shift change.
So then they have to come out and tell you that they need to replace themselves as male talent for the day. I had an ex-boyfriend who was shooting it 2 to 3 times, and it's painful. And he's like, it's the only way. And his dick wasn't getting fully hard. So then he told me, I need to go and get a penis pump. So the first part of the stage of the process is he's going to get a penis pump. So he gets the penis pump.
Okay.
They remove the insides of his penis, and they put these 2 rods that fill with silicone, like breast implant silicones.
This is like a breast.
Kind of. I mean,
Right.
girls get boobs, guys
yeah.
get fake dicks. Fair?
This is.
And so they do that. The downtime is, I believe, 1 month. You can't, like, make yourself come. Like they say, if you get your dick hard, there's stitches in there.
Stay in
It's
a
all,
room, dark room.
Yeah. And don't touch yourself.
Yeah.
Normally
Just
the
play
opposite.
video games or watch wrestling.
Exactly. Right. Only, and don't watch the divas, because then you're screwed. It's like, I saw a random boob fall out. No. So then
There's a whole
that
other
happens.
topic we'll talk about later.
Then you go to that. Well, now you have this penis pump, so your dick gets hard. Remember, I will say this. You're dealing with guys that are getting shit on, pissed on, putting their cocks inside, yeast-infected vaginas.
Okay.
This is the stuff that people don't see in porn. There is a non-pretty... This is a job for them.
Yeah.
The same as going and do...
I've heard this before. Yeah.
And it's true.
Okay.
So I feel bad for them because they get judged for doing performance-enhancing stuff. The other part is adding pig tendon around your penis to enlarge the girth of it.
Wait, why the fuck pig tendons?
Because it's the closest to human. That's what.
Really?
That's what we like. Before, when you used to get your knee blown out, they'd use a pig tendon, right? Cadaver pig.
Cadaver humans, I thought they used.
Yeah, but you can't really use those. Unfortunately,
They actually
that would work.
re-tears were very, very common in that.
Right.
Yeah.
So they use pig actually transfers. So they use pig tendon. They'd slice the dick open, actually put a pig tendon sleeve around it, and then re-sew you up. And you go along the base of the guy's penis because most of it has that vein look to it.
Okay.
And that's where they stitch you back
Yeah.
up so no one knows. You wouldn't know. You just think like, oh, well, that's just the skin there and
Okay.
it's penis. So these guys are finding more and more ways of changing themselves to be better performance. So if you guys start out, just stick with Cialis, Viagra. I will say there are some male talents that before they go to have sex, they take an aspirin because it's a blood thinner.
Thins your blood.
So start small. Go with aspirin. Okay, guys? Before you're going to bang out your chick, do aspirin. It's blood thinner. It gets the blood flowing.
I love that
good.
your tips of the week are just,
So much
but
better.
it's probably fucking so much more interesting than mine. As far
We're
as
gonna
our
get
mail,
all
our
this
mail,
cut out. It's gonna be like we have to make it 2 hours. Cut her.
there's
all
like the people that are like, this show's just talking about sex and like, but the viewership is just at an all-time high.
I hope
I'm just
I
gonna
have
lie to you,
fun.
like, no, we're about the same, Phoenix. We're about the same. Keep you like down. I'll WWE you, like not make you seem important. Yeah. You're doing okay. We're about the same. People are about tuning in about the same as what they were with that.
Yeah, the same. Okay, so yeah, we'll leave. My tip of the week is start with aspirin, then decide to go anywhere else.
I love it. We all the way from that story to that. Start with aspirin, guys, before you go with the Viagra Cialis. What if they've already gone there?
My suggestion is
Stacking with asprin? Do you think? the
yeah.
aspirin
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cialis stack?
Yeah. Definitely. That would actually help prolong
To try that.
everything. Wow, I got a look, guys. You missed that look. I'm a little impressed.
No, it's
Keep drinking.
I like to have a good time on this show, Phoenix.
I agree.
That's the thing, people. It's I love the Joe Rogan podcast,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the key to having fun and being successful is not giving a fuck what
Yes.
all these other miserable fucks think, and it's because you're gonna people that will relate to you, and the ones that don't will probably still listen. So it's just have fun, have a good time, and just live your life and be you and be proud of you and love yourself. And
I definitely do, and I think you
Yeah.
do too.
that's why I'm very. It doesn't matter what your profession is and what you do. And you come from the background you come from. It doesn't matter. But you're a good person.
Yes.
Yeah, you really are. And it's
Thank
energy,
you.
and life is energy, and people. That's what. I just find it fascinating and interesting. And you have that life and you do that, and it's a job and it's a profession. It's what you do and whatnot. But it doesn't define solely who you are.
Not only that, but I start EMT school next month, and I
Yeah.
won't even be
You have a
doing
lot of
porn
other
anymore.
things going on.
Yeah.
I think it's really cool, and
Thank you.
I think people will see as time goes on. Obviously, Pat will be missed, and,
Yes.
and he contributed greatly to this show, and I'm very thankful for that. But you are a whole different person.
Yes.
And I think we will form a whole different dynamic, and
Hopefully you guys enjoy.
I love it. I think it's great, and I'm having a great time doing it. So from your tip of aspirin, Cialis, and Viagra, I'm going to go to my tips of the week.
Yes, what do you got?
I always do match of the week. I left that out last week because I don't, quite frankly, don't remember if I watched any matches last week. I watched a couple, but and it was nothing I wanted to dub my match of the week. This week, Arn Anderson versus Ricky Steamboat from WCW on YouTube on the Wrestle Reel YouTube channel. And I don't believe it's overly long. I think it's 12 or 13 or 14 minutes. But I love both those guys, and it's a great match, so tune into that and check that out. Book of the Week, Launch by Jeff Walker, an internet millionaire's secret formula to sell almost anything online. Build a business you love and live the life of your dreams. It's every week. I try to go through at least one book a week on Audible, and just while I'm in the house doing things, I go outside just listening. I try to get one or two things from a book every week, and I got probably about 4 hours left of this 7-hour book, and I just try to get something from every book.
Yeah.
And you're not going to process everything and relate to everything, but one thing this guy did, I might be able to take from it, and it might help me. So I just try to inspire our listeners to.
Are you really big on motivational stuff?
I love motivational stuff, but I'm just big on just processing information and applying it to your life, because we all process different information differently.
Yeah.
And the same information differently. And I think it's just a matter of just constantly trying to educate ourselves. And I can at times be a little obsessed with it, but it has helped me tremendously. And in books, I've gone through book after book after book on real estate. And do I know everything about real estate? No. But it was the one thing that I had not started in, and I was just like, fuck it, I just got to jump in and start. And from different books, and you got to just say fuck it. You just got to go for it in different things. And
Is there something you look for in a title or in a book thesis that you're like, I read this thesis, I want to read this book?
I read the preview of the book,
Right.
especially on Audible. I'll read through before it, because they'll have suggestions and whatnot. And there's some I don't know. And there's others I read one halfway through, I know I'm buying the book.
Right.
And it's just something in it just clicks with me, and I want to read it. I want to listen to it. And
Is there a keyword?
there's nothing specific. It's just I'll be reading through, and there's just something about it that I feel like that author, whoever wrote that book, is going to be able to contribute to my life one way or the other. So
Awesome.
I just think people need to read. You don't need to go to school to be books. Like, we can educate ourselves,
Right.
And you don't have to go to school for that. There's so much information out there, and just if you read one book a week or one audible book a week, one audio book a week, you are so far of the fucking ahead of the curve. It's even if I just say get one thing from every book, you by the end of the year, you're way better off than you were 1 year ago.
So I'm going to have to go back and figure out all these books that he's going to make me read. Great.
No, I don't force my way upon anybody. I just think
Totally does.
you just try to better yourself, because the world is meant to keep you poor, and I firmly
Hell
believe
yes.
that. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
And it's only getting worse. And it's
Your middle class is paying for your sadly low class, and your high class is only
Yeah.
getting richer.
You either work for yourself or you work for somebody else.
Yep.
That's the way. And tell me I'm wrong. Look.
I
It doesn't
100%
matter how
agree.
good of a job you have. If you're an athlete and you're making millions of dollars a year, you're still working for somebody else technically until you
And
leave.
he's a billionaire. And
Yeah.
to you, you're like, I made $1 million. He's looking like, here's $100 because I have billions.
Fight promoters, sports, everything. In regular jobs, whether you're flipping burgers or fries, working at Walgreens, it doesn't matter. Janitor, you're employees for somebody else. So why I just educate yourself, because that's the best chance you give yourself to work for you. And that's why I try to explain to people I left WWE and I walked away from a lot of money. It was because my mindset had shifted. And I realized I want to work for me now, because I wasn't happy with my current situation. And I respected that world and Vince and everything he had created. And I had to leave. And not to say, like, I would love to be able to go back at some point under better conditions, but never full time. And and I understand if I go back, I am technically working for them, but I would like to work with them at that point because I want to, not because I need to.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm very happy with the way everything has worked out thus far. So that is my book of the week, guys. Quote of the week: we have to stand up for what we believe in, even when we might not be popular for it. Honesty starts with being ourselves, authentic and true to who we are and what we believe in. And that may not always be popular, but it will always let you follow your dreams and your heart. By Tabitha Coffey, or Kofi. I believe it's coffee, though, for that. And you have to listen to yourself. I think we all have that inner voice, and you
know what's good.
Yeah, exactly. Nutrition tip of the week: Ultima Replenisher Natural Electrolytes. You've heard me talk about before electrolytes, guys, the TB12 method, the Tom Brady book I talked about last week. The whole thing, it revolves around his supplement line and what has worked for him. And the one common theme throughout the whole book is electrolytes, something I have talked about time and time again on this, and we don't get enough of them. And I'm going to eventually, with my Finish It BCAA electrolyte pump matrix, is going to have a full electrolyte panel in there. But the ones that I use right now are the Ultima Replenisher Natural Electrolytes, 2 to 3 times a day with water. It essentially makes your water wetter, and it allows the water to do what it's supposed to do to keep you hydrated, because a lot of the times we're deficient in electrolytes.
Right.
I'll show them to you, Phoenix, before you leave, and they are amazing, and you just feel you have more energy, and it's...
I will say he's been holding out on supplements for me, guys. I'm going to just be honest.
Well, you left last week. I wasn't able to
I
give
know,
them to you.
all right, fair,
After
fair,
you
fair.
were gone, like 10 minutes later, she forgot
I
her
know, I thought
supplements.
the same thing, and
I will
my
make
gear,
sure we get
but
them to
I'm
you
not
before
gonna
you
say
leave.
anything.
I promise. Fitness workout tip of the week. I'm really big on this on times when I'm really, really sore and really tight. Not every gym has it, but doing the sauna pre-workout, going in there and doing a 10 to 15 minute active warm-up in the sauna. And if you can go a little longer, great. But if you're on a schedule, 10 to 15 minutes, just go in there, just kind of just move around and just stay, not just sit there, but like do a little
Get
stretching.
warm.
Yeah. It's almost like the hot yoga, but just an active warm-up. It will really, really help you.
If they don't have a sauna, what do you think about rolling out?
Like on a foam roller?
Yeah.
No, all that's great. But this is specifically for, and I've talked about, like, I have a massaging foam roller that is amazing. Tom Brady talks about in his book. It really, really is superior to regular foam rollers. But just something about going into a sauna before it just gets you. It just increases your body temperature and gets the blood moving, and it helps you warm up a little quicker. And then it gets a little sweat going, and then you go out there, bust out your workout, and sometimes I'll do it after. But this is a good way to warm up really quickly before your workout. And that's my tips of the week, guys.
Can I give a quote of the week? I forgot. I had one.
You have a quote of the week now,
I
Phoenix. Yeah, hell yeah,
hate me?
you can give a quote of the week.
Okay. No amount of security is worth the suffering of a mediocre life chained to a routine that has killed your dreams. By Maya Mendez.
I like that a lot. I like you contributing to the quotes of the week.
I read.
I know you do.
Just not your book yet.
There's a lot. There's many layers to Phoenix Marie. What is your real name, Melissa? I know Melissa, but
yeah.
what is your last name? Do you give that out or no?
Hutchison. I mean, they can Google it.
Oh, what a boring last name.
I know, Melissa Hutchison. And Marie's the middle name.
Hutchinson or Hutchison?
Hutchison.
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 What ethnicity are you?
I'm Italian, Scottish, and Polish.
I asked
Remember, we
you
had
this
the
last
Polish
week,
one.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's mainly Italian and Greek and Scottish.
Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah, and the English last name because my pops, obviously.
Yeah. All right. Reviews of the week. So with that, I think we should go ahead and you got some reviews this week?
I do. Hold on.
You said there were a lot of 5-star reviews, right?
There were, actually. I was kind of...
Did you say there were some fake 5-star reviews too, where they left?
Are we going to read those? Please don't make me read those.
No, you don't have.
Okay.
Fuck it. As long as they leave 5 stars, I can give 2 shits what they say. No.
Well, one is I love the show. I'm going to miss Buck. Going to be tough to listen to the show now.
All I ask you guys is give it a chance. It takes time. You get used to something, you like comfort, and I totally get it. And this wasn't my call. We're not going to go into all that. I believe in taking the higher road on that, and hopefully he believes in that as well. And if not, so be it. But it's unfortunate, and it's not what I wanted. But I'm good at adjusting. I've adjusted my whole life. So.
Well, one is 5-star podcast and customer service. I've been listening to the podcast since the very beginning. And although I did like the dynamic between the big guy and Pat, I do enjoy this new dynamic between Phoenix and the big guy, and looking forward to more upcoming weeks to see how you guys make this podcast even better.
And who was that by?
This is by Steven Solis.
Okay.
It's not done, actually. One thing I really enjoy is the workout tips you give every week. And I have taken some of those tips and applied them to my gym success. Kneeling on both knees while doing curls, getting the full squat and push-up position while doing burpees. Thank you for your words of wisdom, and I hope you guys keep putting out an amazing podcast.
Thank you very much, Stephen. Very kind of you.
Yes. And then for some reason this mixed some of them up. Pat will be missed, but Phoenix Marie seems like a great replacement. I've been listening since the first podcast, and this is definitely one of my favorites. Listening to this podcast has helped me get motivated to get fit and be healthy. I even cut sodas and junk food out of my diet and started using Wake Up Unlimited Energy, and now I'm killing it in the gym like never before. Thanks, Ryback, and Pat, you will be missed.
That is great. Thank you very much. We have great listeners. Do one more.
One more. Okay, hold on.
Dun, dun,
dun. I'm going to cut him, I swear, guys. Don't worry.
I know you have a knife. One on your carry-on that you carry with you at all times.
Shh, no one knows about that. Mondays are always a drag at work, but this podcast makes Mondays mornings more enjoyable. Wrestling and now some adult film info. Can't go wrong with that combination.
I like that. What was the second one? The name? Do you have the name?
Hold on.
It was the one that you did second. Sorry.
I know. Hold on. Unfortunately, my phone tried to be all crazy.
I know they mix up the reviews from what I looked at, where it can make it really complicates
Why does
things.
it do that to us?
Damn iPhones. Do you think they really watch? I feel like they could watch us at all times on our cameras.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's not even a doubt.
I sometimes say, "Hey guys, what's going on?" I just talk to them.
There's Corey Fabricator.
That was the second one you read?
The second one, yes.
You are a winner this week. Go ahead and send me an email at thebigguy@feedmemore.com with your supplement of choice, and we'll go ahead and get that out to you this upcoming week. Thank you guys very much for your reviews. We greatly appreciate them. And with that, I think go ahead and get some questions, right, Phoenix?
Questions. As he's holding the questions, I can't even see him.
Go ahead and decipher through good and bad. Hit me with I know we had quite a few questions this week. Keep them positive.
I'm going to keep them all positive. I don't have any time for any of this.
Whatever you ask, I will be able to filter through it, though.
Okay.
It's what I do, Phoenix. Just hit me with whatever.
Ooh, here's one. Phoenix Ryback, what's your favorite cheat day food if he has a cheat day?
I think we kind of talked about it earlier in the show. Buffalo fingers and pizza doesn't get much better for me than that. But I will say I love a good movie with movie theater popcorn and nachos.
That's actually...
I will sometimes save carb day and know, like, I almost can't go to the movie theater unless I know it's carb day.
Because then you can add jalapenos.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there.
Oh.
Oh, God. I'm so bad about it.
It's amazing, right?
It's the best.
I feel like you can't, if you're going to go to the movie theater, you have to enjoy, like, I don't want to go to the movie theater and, like, I'm on my keto diet and eating my goddamn black and green olives out of a little bowl, plastic
you do
baggie.
not do that, do you?
No, I don't. But I'm
Okay.
saying
Thank God.
I don't want to, like,
Yeah, be that guy.
I want to be able, I don't know what it is. I think it's because it's instilled from being a kid of nachos. And for me, it was nachos, popcorn, and Sour Patch Kids.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Those were like the go-tos as a kid. So in the drive-in theater, I just have memories of just stuffing my face while I can't associate movies on the big screen without stuffing my face.
I agree. And
Yeah.
peanut M&Ms added.
I'm a
and then
big
in.
fat Chris Farley and just stuck in this body. Like I
Oh,
really,
you poor baby stuck in that body.
yeah, just stuck in this body, just wanting to be a fat guy.
Life's so hard. I like this one. Ryback, how much do you pay for your wrestling gear? Second question, have you thought about getting into the movies?
So wrestling gear, it's typically, I can't remember offhand the exact amount, but to get a singlet done, it's and from the cost of getting it made, shipping, and getting it airbrushed, you're probably looking at $400 to $500 per singlet, depending, right around there. And wrestling boots were typically around $1,000 a pair, and if I get them airbrushed, you're probably looking at another. I don't know if it was between $1,200 to $1,400 for boots that were airbrushed each pair, but it's just.
So
Man.
he has some red bottoms on his feet is what he's saying.
Wait, what?
Red bottoms, Louis
The fuck are
Vuittons.
red bottoms?
Christian Louis Vuittons? You never bought your girl any of those? Come on.
No. I'm 2% Jewish. Do you know that?
Me too, clearly.
That's why I'm rich right now, Phoenix. I've been smart with my money.
Wow. Wow. I mean, I kind of want to go in on that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go to the next question.
go to the next question.
Which is,
Yeah,
have
I'm
you and
telling you
Phoenix
to.
Marie ever hooked up or dated?
No, we have not.
No, we have
We have
not.
been friends from day one, and I told you that this podcast, I think you have to keep it professional. Because
I
the moment
agree.
that, like,
Because cat fights can happen, and
I feel like once you cross that line,
then it's bad.
and I feel like it's
Or it gets really good. I don't know.
no,
I mean,
the show could be at an all-time high after that. You
yeah.
never know. But then eventually, though,
A lot of crying in your
eventually
part.
I'm on to my third co-host.
Wow.
Yeah, it's-
You
which
guys
I-
keep hearing that threat right there?
Yeah.
I'm already kicked out.
No, you're not kidding. I think the listens are we are at an all-time highs this week. So
Aw, awesome. Okay, so I like this one. You can go first.
since switching to mid-roll, I should
Mm-hmm.
say, because they do listeners differently than Audio Boom.
What is the scariest part of your job?
Was that for me or
For
you?
both.
What's yours?
Mine.
Anal blowout.
He's not allowed to talk anymore, guys. I'm so sorry. It's all Phoenix from here. I'm gonna say my biggest fear or scariest thing would be to drop a girl while I'm doing like a standing 69 with her. Like I almost did it last week and I felt really bad, but she didn't know how to like let inertia happen and go with the flow of me flipping her.
You botched.
She botched. I almost dropped her. I didn't drop her though.
Okay.
I
You
kept
recovered.
her. Oh yeah, no, I would never drop a girl. I'd fall before I hurt somebody
Okay.
else. See, I love people.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's very interesting. I think the scariest part of the job, I think, is obviously in wrestling, and it's happened before, like, is breaking your neck. I think is
Did you get that from like a razor's edge or what?
pile drivers.
Okay.
Where you're getting dropped on your head. I'm totally against all of them. Unless it's the Undertaker tombstoning you or Kane.
Because then you're like, it's worth it if I get my neck
but
broken.
Those guys are like they're
the legendary at it.
but they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's that position. It's not the typical like the Jerry Lawler pile driver. Even though Jerry was great at like it's there's guys are doing pile drivers now like on the independents and things.
Ooh.
Like on the aprons and like different parts of the ring that aren't
It's
is
cushion
giving.
and giving, yeah.
And but like it's just a move that it doesn't pay off. It won't get. You're better off just doing another move. Because if you do fuck yourself up, people don't understand. Like there was a guy in OVW years ago, this in Ohio Valley Wrestling, this high flyer, and he broke his neck. Like he's done. He was in a hospital forever. He's paralyzed, and you'll never hear of him ever again. It's just not. I think the fact that does exist. You should do everything you can to try to avoid that. But there's some guys that just go out there and they do crazy things, but you only get one body, so.
Yes, I agree with that. I like one person said we should be doing a 3-person podcast, digging Phoenix.
I pitched that to Pat before. He was not a fan of that, just by the way. But nothing. He liked just the two of us. So
yeah, that's fair.
Three's a crowd. Is that the commercial?
Hey, 3's always more. We can keep going. I got it. Question: which post-workout supplement do you like to use?
Post-workout supplement. I think for me, and I'm really excited about
BCAAs.
Yeah, coming out the finish at BCAAs. I'm really big right now. I do my BCAAs, electrolytes, and I do a little citrulline in there, and that's what's going to be in finish it, the BCAA electrolyte pump matrix. But doing a protein shake like ISO Hungry with a Gatorade after your workout is the optimal time to drink both of those. Yeah.
That's actually a good idea. I'm going to let you answer this one, and then I have a comment on it. Well, how do you feel about CrossFit?
I think to each their own. If I think it's the people that created that found a huge market and something that people are interested in. And Seth Rollins and WWE is really, really big into that. I'm big on being as strong as I can and then being as good of conditioning as I can be. They kind of blend everything together, which I don't think certain Olympic lifts should be done high reps. Because the form breaks down.
Snatch grips, yeah.
Yeah, and you break down your form and then you are hurting your body. There's a lot of people that do CrossFit that fuck up their bodies forever.
Well, not only that, but I tried it once.
Yeah.
I'd never done a snatch grip ever. And they're like, okay, now we're going to do snatches. And I'm like, I have never done this movement.
Olympic lifts, you have to practice with super lightweight and you have to have your form. If your form's not good on Olympic lifts,
you're hurting
you
your
will
back,
fuck up your body. Yeah.
You're jacked.
They don't
I hurt my shoulder. I hurt
Yep.
my back. I was like, this isn't fun for me.
Yeah.
I'm working out at PSI now, Flippy Sports Institute.
Yeah.
And it's more of a building a beast. Like they believe in your strong strength, not really like let's do snatch grips. There's a lot of professional athletes in that gym, like amazing ones, hockey players, football players, all train there. But I've never seen one person do snatch grip the entire time they're in there. So I'm like, why would you include that? Like
it's just everybody has their own thing, and I think if you enjoy it, and then there's some people that can do it safely and they understand their bodies and they're smart with it. But I think some people aren't educated when they get into it, and you really have to be an experienced lifter. And I just don't believe in mixing the two. I think you train for endurance and you train for strength.
right.
In mixing the two, while I don't think it's easy by any means. But there's videos of me deadlifting 325 for 30 times in under a minute. Like I'm really good at that stuff.
Yeah.
But my back was fucked after that because my form broke down by
like 15, 20.
Yeah,
you're
it's just
like,
not good for you. And it's not to say it doesn't push you from an endurance standpoint, because it does, but I believe in separating the two for me.
I'm going to throw out there, I push a sled that's like 405, but I mean, who's counting? It's fine.
But it's not true unless you post it on Instagram.
Why does everyone say that to me too? Like, it's hilarious. I did it because the hockey guys said I couldn't do it.
It's really something that bothers me with social media. Like there was somebody that asked me that about when Bobby the Brain Heenan passed away, and look, you're not going to fucking acknowledge Bobby the Brain Heenan, and because I didn't say anything on social media, I try not to. Even like the Las Vegas stuff, I don't.
No, I haven't seen.
I don't post
yeah.
like but
Vegas strong. You're born in Vegas.
Yeah,
You're Vegas strong.
I do it myself, and I don't feel the need to because I feel like a lot of people do it because they want other people to see that they're doing it.
Yeah.
And that you don't have to do that to have emotions still. And but like that's just the day that some people think, oh, unless you post it on social media, it doesn't count. Like,
is your Facebook private or public?
No, but it's public. But I only follow typically only people that I know.
No, okay.
Because initially I had wrestling fans on there, and it just
Because mine's like my Facebook is just strictly me, like Melissa, not Phoenix.
Yeah.
And I keep them very separate. Obviously, my mother's on there. I'm not about to add fans. So I always feel like,
Do your parents know what you do?
yeah.
What's the deal with that? Like, are they cool with it?
Mom found out 6 months in. She's like, who the fuck's Phoenix Marie? And like did the whole cry thing.
No.
And I get it. And she's like, you're smart. You went to college. Like, you have a great business and finance and da-da-da-da. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
You weren't raped as a kid?
right, exactly. She's like,
Yeah.
there is nothing detrimental that happened to you in
Yeah.
life that you need to do this. And I was like, I like sex. And I just basically told her I get tested every 30 days. At that point, now it's 14, like I said before.
Yep.
It's something I want to do. I'm getting great money. And it's things like that like, I took her to New York for a week for Mother's Day, like 3 years ago. And
Yeah.
just, like, spoiled the shit out of her. It doesn't change, like...
There's no problem with it, huh?
She just said, bottom line, you're my kid and I love you. It
Yep.
was your decision. Pops found out because he teaches at a college in California, 2 colleges actually, and one of the students brought him my fucking Penthouse magazine and
no.
said, can your daughter sign this? Asshole.
Yeah.
This is
That's
to
a
that-
hell of a way to find out.
He was like, I thought you were just doing some modeling and occasionally, you know, I don't know. He just figured it was modeling. He didn't, you know, he's not an idiot.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, he's clear. Like, when guys are standing at like Six Flags and we're all on roller coaster rides and they're trying to get pictures with me, he's like, I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm like, I know,
Yeah.
Pops. Like, let's just, but he didn't never want
You
to have
don't.
that.
He doesn't get in. You don't get into it with him.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah.
No, what was really awesome was my father's never watched porn. He used to collect the magazines. I actually had seen his
One of my
Playboys.
friends, childhood friends, Kevin Salisbury. His dad was like big on like the Playboy magazines.
Yeah, and
He was
Penthouse.
he was like it was like a classy
Yeah.
like I can't explain it. It was weird. Like
Yeah,
he had a
but there's no
collection.
judgment because it's that.
Yeah.
And that's obviously, like I said, everyone's seen something pornography. That is Playboy too, so get over it. So he got the book. It came with the DVD.
Okay.
Now, the DVDs that come in the magazine are supposed to feature us.
Yeah.
Somebody fucked up, thankfully, and posted the month prior pet in there. So I'm not in the DVD. He's like, she's not like fully like having sex.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, I don't really know. My mom's like, I'm not going to have this discussion. That's your kid. And I was only, 2 years fully in porn at this point. So he puts the DVD in, and my mom's like, I don't want to watch this. And obviously, she knows my friends, and she's met my friends, and she's like, I don't want to see this girl naked. I've met her in person. Like, and she doesn't want to tell my father this, but she's like, okay, great.
So weird, like this whole thing, because I can just picture like in other wrestlers, and like there's of going to other families' homes, and there's other wrestlers, and it's cool because they're wrestlers. It's like you or do this with porn stars.
Yeah, like
To your but they don't. Yeah.
But and my father just was like, oh yeah, okay. Well, she's not in there, and he didn't like anything, I guess. He asked my mother for porn 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
And said, I think we should look at porn. Let's do this internet stuff that I hear all the kids.
Yeah.
You guys all know you can't go to fucking Pornhub or anywhere on the internet and not see something of me naked.
Yeah.
Fact. So my mom was like, okay, hold on. I'll go buy DVDs. She sends me a text, ask one of your friends, because obviously I know all the owners of all the companies.
Yeah.
I don't shoot for Adam and Eve or Wicked that much. She's all, get me DVDs and send it to me. And I'm like, okay. So I brought it to her, and she's like, okay. Again, same thing. She's like, didn't you try to date this one performer? I don't want to see him naked fucking a girl.
Yeah.
And then for them, they're older. They're 63 and 73. So they're not wanting to see younger people fucking. They want to see people similar to their own age. And so I'm like, I don't have gilf porn. I'm sorry, Mom. I love you, but that's not, no.
So interesting.
So crazy.
I told you this week, I actually, we'll do a few more questions to wrap this up before we take a break and come back with our wrestling news portion of the podcast. My mom listens to the show, I feel like, or she has to. I don't know, like, she follows like things that go on
in your life.
Yeah.
Like a good mom.
And she goes, oh, I see. She was asking me about Pat, and I had to tell her about all that, unfortunately. And she goes, I see you got Phoenix Marie on your show now. She has a great following. And I go, yeah, hell of a following. And like that was the conversation.
And did she like? Do you think she clicked on any of the links?
Oh, she has to know. I mean, she has to know.
Okay.
It's not, but it's not.
But like, if she sees, she probably is like, she seems like a nice person. Like
You
I'm
just
always
listen to the show, know you're a nice person.
Thank you. I'm like, meh. I told her she can have the rest of the wine. when she gets
Oh,
home,
she'll
so-
love you. After
Yeah,
that.
no, it's all her. All her. I'll bring her like a really nice bottle.
Oh,
of
she
wine.
will want you over all the time if
Really?
you keep doing that.
Oh shit! I cook too. Does she like
The mom
food?
loves wine. I think all women love wine.
Yes, but what about food? What does she like to eat? I
Healthy.
cook.
She's very healthy.
Okay, so if I made like a really good
You,
Italian
you
meal-
cook. You cook a lot. I know.
love
Yeah.
cooking. Oh, it's my
You're a carb
favorite.
lover. I would love to put you on a keto diet for a while. We should do that to make you
You
suffer.
wanna, oh, why would
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do
yeah,
that to
yeah.
me?
The Phoenix.
Do you know what I
The
like?
Phoenix regeneration
snack
on the
for
keto
lunch?
diet.
Oh my goodness.
You would have to. You could have. I would give you 3 carb days for 3 weeks.
I don't.
Do you think you could do it?
Well, today
big guy
minus like what I
challenge.
kind of like snacked on at dinner-ish time because I'm.
I would
hoping we're
love to
gonna
hear
eat.
you just miserable on this show for 1 week.
I'd be like,
You go
"Hey,
through a
bro,
really
yeah,
bad, miserable. You get really cranky when your body gets used to switching from carbs to fats for energy. You are fucking furious at the world.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then after it's the best feeling. Once you get used to it, you function so much better.
Okay, but then what happens when you hit your carb day? Does it like lull
Nope.
and like?
Your body. The longer you do it, that you have your carb day and you restore your glycogen stores and you go back to your keto. You don't go through what you go through that first fucking time.
Is rice like brown rice?
That's a carb, Phoenix, carbohydrate. It's as carb as you get.
Why do all the
That's like you
bodybuilders?
saying sugar last week when I'm talking about keto. You're like, can I have sugar? Like Elf from fucking Will Ferrell. Can I put syrup on this? No, it's fucking sugar, Phoenix. I'm gonna mold you. This is great.
Oh my goodness! Can you guys imagine if I go like fully Ryback keto, like his supplements and everything else?
You're
What
gonna
I'd
think
look
you're on
like?
performance enhancing drugs.
They already do. So imagine like I'll be even bigger and
This
bulkier.
is gonna be my experiment. I'm really looking forward to
No. Okay, wait. How about we go back to the
this. Couple
question?
more questions.
Yes. So one was I liked. What genre of books do you prefer to read and why?
I just like anything. Like I said, that I just like self-improvement, motivational books by successful people, books on money, books on ways to improve your life, just things people with life experience that I could read through and try to get 1 or 2 things from.
Okay. I like that. Which is your favorite stevia? And is it good to add to vodka? I like
My
Michael
favorite
White.
Zevia, the
Yeah.
soda. It's I would say the caffeine-free cola and there's 3 of them: caffeine-free cola, grapefruit, fruit citrus, and the orange, or my 3 go-tos.
I saw you do orange. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, no, they're all. I like, honestly, I like all of them. But it's even like black cherry is probably my least favorite. But when I'm really thirsty, black cherry was my favorite. So it's just
I love black cherry.
it's
candy.
weird. The different ones at different times. So
Okay. I like this one, and since we're speaking about
be our
Vegas,
last one.
Okay, fine. Why does North Las Vegas get a bad rap? My aunt wants me to move to Summerlin or Henderson, says stay away from North Vegas.
who was that by?
The big gal.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ryback.
yeah.
She's actually such
she's
a great
moving
fan.
here?
She has a tattoo of "Feed Me More" on her neck. She is a loyal follower. I'll have to tell you all about it.
Yeah.
Her brother passed away years ago, and I threw a shirt at a show. She was dressed as me. In the shirt, I threw it, and no joke, I would always throw it to like the first few rows. This shirt, I kid you not, it was in outside. It was in not Atlantic City, Wildwood, New Jersey. I'll never forget it. And the shirt, I threw it, and the shirt, I literally just the shirt like
Hot air.
something like just kept it going, and because it was with my bad shoulder too, so I could never throw it really hard.
Right.
And she was back, like she was in the front row but back.
Right.
And the shirt like just kept going, and it went right into her hand. And I remember I go, "Whoa, that girl's dressed like me," and it was just really cool. And it was her brother had just got an unfortunate incident,
I'm so sorry to hear
and
that.
it just kind of like was an instant bond.
Yeah.
And she comes to all my shows on the Independents, and her and Rooster, and shout out to Rooster. He's a hell of a guy. And, but yeah, so North Las Vegas, so to answer her question, was essentially the ghetto of Las Vegas back when I was younger.
Right.
And then Vegas has grown outwards, south, west, east, and all that. All the newer parts of Vegas are all the outskirts of Vegas. North Las Vegas, the area I am in, is the outskirts on the northern end, but it's technically still North Las Vegas.
Right.
So, but the actual old North Las Vegas is still more kind of. It was more like the AKA the ghetto, so to speak. But it's not all of North Las Vegas.
No.
So it's just it's all of Vegas now. By the way, but like
Everyone's got pockets. Let's be
yeah.
honest.
So it's just.
But I like Summerlin because that's where I live. And if you move over
Summerlin
there,
has some beautiful areas.
I'll take her shopping in downtown Summerlin.
Yeah,
We can go get food.
She's a cool girl. She's a very great.
The way
fan.
you're talking about her, I can just tell she's awesome.
Very, very sweet girl. And that does it for our questions of the week this week. We're going to take one more break, and we'll be back with some wrestling news after this. If you're anything like us, you like to enjoy a nice ice cold soda every now and then, but you hate the empty calories and artificial sweeteners that come with it. With Zevia, you don't have to pick your poison. You won't feel awful worried about the potentially stupid or harmful side effects, because with Zevia, there are none. Zevia uses the all-natural sweetener stevia. It doesn't have any caramel coloring either. Ew. The result is a delicious and safe soda with none of the nasty stuff. Zevia has 14 flavors of soda, 4 flavors of sparkling water, and 4 flavors of awesome energy drinks. This is the naturally sweetened pop you and your family will crave. And Zevia is giving you the opportunity to try their products for yourself for free. That's right, for free. If you live in the U.S. or Canada, just go to Zevia.com/podcast and sign up. And they'll mail you a coupon for a free 6-pack. What are you waiting for? Head to Zevia.com/podcast and get your hands on some ASAP. Don't forget to tell them Mark for Life sent ya. Okay, we're back, and we have wrestling news tonight, read by yours truly, Phoenix Marie. Did you catch any wrestling this week like I asked you to?
You did ask me to.
I gave you homework this week.
You did. You said...
I gave you a choice of Raw or SmackDown.
Raw
Tune in
or
for
SmackDown.
just an hour, Phoenix.
Just an hour of your day.
Help me out.
Now, you know what's
Can you
funny
go
is
Tuesday
Raw
out?
used to be 2 hours on Monday night.
Yeah, it's 3 now. It's way too long.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm
You
glad
had 3 different hours to actually tune in to.
Okay, so
They could
next
have used
week
you for
I'm
the
going to
third.
watch both.
I would like you to get accustomed
Which
with
one?
today's
Because
performance.
isn't it like Next is still there or no? Is Next belt
NXT?
gone?
I love
Okay.
you fucking up names of everything. I hope this continues forever.
I'm going to get picked on.
No, it's all right. Next, it's
No,
NXT though.
NXT,
It's short.
yeah.
We're next.
Yeah.
I was the original NXT, so
See, then you understand. Like, I watched some of that.
yeah, I was a cowboy. It was Skip Sheffield with a cowboy hat during that. Corn-fed meathead from College Station, Texas. Never been to College Station.
Never been to Texas?
I've been to Texas, never been to College Station where I was built from.
Oh,
But yeah, that was my origins into the WWE. Thank God that is over. Not the period, but just that character.
Why? I like country boys.
Yeah, no, but it
wrong with
it wasn't me though. So it was.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
I feel like
Got
a
it.
lot of guys in wrestling have been a cowboy at one point or another. A lot of the most successful ones actually have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Shawn Michaels went back to being a cowboy, really. I know. Back to my obsession with Shawn Michaels.
But he was Skip Sheffield and Shawn Michaels were 2 entirely different characters. I was a little more of a.
You're a man. He's a little boy. He was like, I could totally
I feel
flip
like
him.
he played a man and I played a little boy on the. That was. I was like a dumb corn-fed meathead, like talked with an accent. And have you not seen this?
I have not seen this. Why don't you share clips with me?
If you
should
would
just send me.
watch Skip Sheffield NXT, like I have like a minute long, like a
Oh, I'm in.
sit-down
I'm in.
interview.
We're totally doing this.
Yeah, I'll
Can
show
we
it-
play
I'll-
it and then like do it next week, like legit?
I would rather
I'm
just
sure
show
they
you
could-
after. I would
Oh,
rather not have you
okay.
real. Yeah.
Why? Look,
don't
he's like kind of like embarrassed by it. Like, are you embarrassed?
I'm acting. It's hell of an actor. You're gonna
I
believe
know.
I'm really that guy.
Oh, I know about acting.
Oh,
Trust
you
me.
had to ask me about the acting thing earlier. I have a guy, Nick Marchetti, that does my stuff. It's not one of my main goals. I'm like, again, I told you I would rather be the wealthiest man in the world and nobody knew who I was than be the most famous person in the world.
But I feel like you would
I feel like I am would be a great actor.
What about stunt guy stuff?
I don't know. What
I have
what
this
am I?
awesome person called Tate Fletcher.
Just learned how to do backflips last year.
Right? I noticed you got a trampoline, right?
I have it in my backyard. Yeah.
We might actually go do that because I actually want to see this trampoline. I love trampolines. I'm 12.
You'll be picking me up in tombstones out there, knowing you.
Pile driver. I'll
Yeah,
be like,
yeah,
look,
yeah.
here's your
Everything I'm
standing
against.
69. Everyone's going to be like, no, wait for the live show on that.
We'll put Periscope on and just.
Oh, God, can you imagine
Well,
the
that would be
views?
great, actually. Just attention whores, just to get people to.
No, I'm doing it to hurt you. No, I'm
Me
just
just
kidding.
kicking your ass on the trampoline.
Oh, you wish. Oh, please. Again,
Just
I'm
beating
double
the-
jointed. I get fucked in my ass with my legs
Okay,
on my head.
well,
Back to wrestling news.
God damn it, Phoenix.
Okay, so moving on.
It's always about sex with you.
No, I'm just saying. I'm flexible. That's all. I should have been a
All
wrestler.
right, let's. I know we have a little plug real quick for our main man Ace and Gary, the dynamic duo.
Yes, here's a quick, cheap plug. I'm calling it that because I think it's awesome. You can also find Mike Ace Malaro writing reviews and commentaries for criticalblast.com. And follow him on the web on Twitter at SKITCHNM or on Facebook at facebook.com, same hashtag.
He's one of our most loyal listeners and followers, and he does a great job with the wrestling news because I stay away from the dirt sheets and everything these days, and just
That's because you're tired of seeing your name on it.
well, just stay. I just think it's a waste of time. It can be easy. A lot of the up there WWE, like they talk about it in the meetings.
Really?
Yeah. Like they have people that the social media people and that what people are talking about, what's making the news, and then oftentimes they report what they want. They have connections to the main dirt sheets where they try to control the news. Mm-hmm. Because why wouldn't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's not like
They
I'm not
own-
talking about like in a bad. It makes
Yeah.
sense, but like that's what happens. It's just because so many wrestling fans are so obsessed that they can't just watch the show and enjoy it now. They ruin it for themselves by reading these things every week. And some of the stuff is true, some of it's so far out of left field, and it's just it's really.
I think he should start sending me the links to the stuff he's reading, so then I can just like go
You
in
really
there
want to
and-
talk to Ace, I feel like.
I
You've
do.
been, you've
Ace,
been putting
how
feelers
are
out to
you
Ace
doing?
from the beginning.
are
Ace, if you're
you?
listening to this, and I know you are, hit up Phoenix Marie.
Marie XXX at yahoo.com is my email.
I love how
and
you have
it's
triple X
public.
in your email.
not
Real
my
professional, Phoenix.
Listen, that was like the first like porn email I ever made.
Did
Don't
you invent
judge me.
porn?
No.
Oh, someone's going to say I did. That's a common thing.
I believe it.
People like to say I invented things, so.
He invented Phoenix Marie. You guys didn't even know this. Like
Yeah.
I've known him for years. It's all you know.
You're fucking daddy.
My backstory. That's
All right,
later.
let's go on with the wrestling news. Jesus Christ.
All right, so general questions about pay-per-views. This episode is taped before Hell in the Cell, but I am curious about your take on the sheer amount of pay-per-views we've had, not to mention the NXT takeovers and other associated events they post on the network. Does this enhance or distill the product?
Times change. The pay-per-views have been the way they have been. There's a lot now, even more so than normal, I feel like. Especially with NXT being introduced as another brand or getting more mainstream attention. It's, yes, people's attention spans are shorter nowadays. And it would be great to have longer storylines, which I think they could still do and still have the pay-per-views as often as they do. It's worked to a degree, and even though it's different from the past, times evolve, but WWE, even though numbers are down, attendance is down, ratings are down, they have found ways to make money in other ways
Right.
through the wrestlers without directly using the wrestlers. It's weird. So, but from their bottom line, they are bringing in, I believe, record high numbers or close to it, even though the actual wrestling portion of it isn't.
Right.
So it's just a way for them to constantly stay out there. They know what they're doing. So if they felt scaling back would be more profitable, they would have done it already, because that's all that the bottom line is money. So
Do you feel like people purchase these pay-per-views depending on which brand they endorse the most, or do you think
No,
that
well-
wrestling fans want to buy everything?
no, well, they now have the WWE Network where everything is $9.99 a month. They've gotten away from
Really?
pay-per-views. Yeah,
Wait a minute. I used to pay like $60 to
Yeah.
watch WrestleManias.
they give away WrestleMania for free now.
I want my money back, Vince McMahon.
Yeah. No,
What the
it's
fuck.
well, I suffered through that.
Yeah.
First year of the WWE Network, we all took pay cuts, and they made us pay for it because they didn't know how it was going to do. And our pay-per-view paychecks were the shits for that year.
Oh.
And now I feel like they're probably, and I know my last year there, they were way better than the year previous. But it just sucks because that's the period you're there for and whatnot. But it's tough. I don't know.
Okay. WWE and Sue and G. Cohen, they've done the last 6 years.
Susan G. Komen, sorry.
Komen,
I correct you. That's what I do here.
Yes, thank you. I know what it is because my aunt passed away of breast cancer. So.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I am sorry. No, a lot of people have been affected by it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm actually just found out I have PCOS, and apparently if I don't take these progesterone hormones, I am at risk for it. Crazy.
Really?
Yeah. I'll tell you about that stuff
Okay.
later. Well, that's a health thing. So for the last 6 years, WWE is dedicated to the month of October. The theme of the year is Unleash Your Warrior, and sales of the Unleash Your Warrior shirt go directly to the foundation efforts to fight back against breast cancer.
On that, is it the entire proceeds of that?
It only says sales of the Unleash go directly to. So I'm gonna assume.
I don't know. It's I caught part of Raw this week, and I noticed they had the Ultimate Warrior's wife Dana Warrior out there, whom they keep on the payroll, and for that it's for a good cause and whatnot. So it's they do it, and sometimes they bring all the talent out there, and they had the female talent out there this year, and it's just to raise awareness. That's all that it is. I think it's at the very least it raises awareness. So. That's all that matters.
Yeah. And Ace, I just read about your mom was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer last year. I hope she's okay and.
No, and I think just being aware of it and getting it's catching it before it turns into
into stage 4.
Yeah.
Because at that point it's really hard, and it's more about like
cancer sucks.
Have you ever had anyone pass away from anything cancerous?
My grandfather on my dad's side passed away from cancer.
Is this too real?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think death is bad.
Okay.
I think death is the greatest experience as far as
It happens.
Once you cross, and we all die.
Yeah.
Like we're all gonna die. But I think the bad part about it is for the people that are still here is the pain and suffering and the missing and
the mourning.
Yeah. That's the tough part. The actual die, and I'm not talking about suffering while you're dying, but I'm talking about once the period. I believe death, once you're dead, is the greatest thing ever.
Right.
It's just that process of living and experiencing it and feeling the loss.
For everyone else.
That
you
sucks.
Love. Yeah.
And but I think the more upbeat you can stay about it and focus on the positives as far as the other person being in a better place, it helps, but it still doesn't take away that emptiness and that feeling of loss and whatnot. And I feel my feelings on it are so evolved now from 10 years ago and from meditation and constant reading and learning about it. I just feel differently about it now, but it's still, I handle it better now than I would have 10 years ago.
Right.
And whatnot, but it sucks still for the people that are still here. And there's no easy way around it. But I think I feel like for the people that go through it, that once you cross over, it's the greatest thing ever. Yeah.
And women, make sure you get your annual breast exams, and honestly, make sure you also get checked for ovarian cancer, because that's something a lot of people don't even think about, and that's way worse.
Yeah. No, I love life. I think we all, being alive is such a great privilege, and I'm so thankful for it.
Every day.
I say thank you every single day. I go through a whole meditation routine in the shower every day, because that's when I'm at my most relaxed in the hot shower. I go through a 10-minute routine every fucking day.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you have to. And I go through everything I'm thankful for, and it's something I started years ago. And I talk about from Rhonda Byrne, The Magic. It talks about, it's a book from The Secret. The Magic is about being thankful, and it has routines in there to give you to start. When I first learned about it, when I first read The Secret, being thankful was I was like, Jesus, that's so hard. And now it's so easy. Every day I'm constantly, everything I do, I'm thank you. And it's just a mindset. It's all it is.
Someone said you can't teach being kind. You can teach people how to do things, but you can't teach being kind. You're either a kind person or you're not.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And if you're thankful, you're a kind person, in my
Yep.
opinion. All right, back to
I also
wrestling
believe
news.
if people are assholes, you sometimes got to give them a taste of their own medicine.
I'll drop a fucking bam. No,
Yeah. No, but because there's some mean motherfuckers out there.
I agree. Like whatever is Pollock dude, douchebag.
Yeah.
Shield reunion at TLC. One persistent rumor has been that Shield reunion at the TLC a few weeks ago. This week we saw Sheamus and Cesaro join Miz. Cesaro. I know I did this last week too, huh?
God, Phoenix.
I swear,
Just
don't
fucking
hate
up
me.
botching the wrestling.
I got
news.
Miz. I mean, I met him, so I
yeah.
better get that one right. And I've heard of Sheamus before.
I love
so
you
obviously.
botching the wrestling news. I don't know why. It just really is. This is my favorite part of the show now.
Next is NXT. Got it. Okay, got it.
Neville, that was another great
Neville,
one from
yeah.
last week,
Wow. Did he text you and tell you he's mad at me?
No, but it's
Okay, good.
yeah.
Don't.
He doesn't
spread that.
text me anyways. I don't talk to him. He's a good guy though. but
Okay,
yeah.
fair. See, good. Okay, so join Miz in the beatdown on Roman Reigns. I got that one right.
Figures. You're a casual viewer.
Oh, funny. When the crowd started chanting for the Shield, they hit a triple powerbomb on Reigns and did the Shield joint fist pose over him.
Was there any thoughts on that or no?
The setup this week did a hell of a job on the match with Miz, Sheamus, and Cesaro versus the Shield. Cesaro.
Are you drunk, Phoenix? You haven't even finished a glass of wine. Or maybe one glass you did. Jesus.
I had one. Okay, fine. Whatever.
God
I'm
damn
drinking
it.
water too. It's my job to mess up the names. It's your job to make me look like a girl. It's cute. I have to have some feminine trait, okay? Fucking up my least wrestling names will be that. Debuted on the match at TLC back in 2012. Any thoughts on this match? Any interesting stories to tell about that 2012 match?
No, I was very involved with the Shield in their introduction to the WWE. I was red hot during that period, and they brought them in, and we transferred that hotness over to them over the next 7 months or 6 months or whatever it was. And but I love all of those guys. I think they're all great guys, and I think it's a good time to bring them back together. The bad thing, and from watching it on Raw, I don't think anybody takes it as it. Their WWE would be, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, it would have been better off. And I love Curtis Axel, somebody I truly, really like a lot, and he's one of my good friends. Somebody that he's a good dude. And Bo Dallas, the same. I came up with them in FCW and Florida Championship Wrestling, but and the Miz has been hot and cold over the years as far as how he's been used. That they would have been better off bringing the Shield together with a more serious threat, like an NXT invasion,
Right.
or something of where it really warrants them coming back together for a great cause. That it's going to work no matter what.
Invasion versus invasion type
Yeah.
thing.
Because these guys invaded WWE and took over, essentially, the three of them, and fought off the most powerful talents in WWE. And they would be better suited having introduced another faction, taking over and getting them, and then giving them the rub of the Shield.
Right.
But I think this is more. I don't know. You never know what their long-term vision is and whether there is one or not. I just don't think that Bo Dallas, Curtis Axel, and The Miz have been. Even though The Miz is the Intercontinental Champion, it will work no matter what. People will be excited to see the Shield get back together. I'm looking at it as it would have been better to bring in like somebody that the fans perceive as a legitimate threat, where these guys have not been used great over the years at all. They've been used horribly. And Miz, off and on, the other two...
Sometimes they build his name up, because I remember when they build his name up
sometimes they
huge.
use him fucking awesome. He's been WWE champion.
Yeah.
Other times they have used him horribly for periods on end. And he is sustained. He's a survivor. But the other two guys, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, were off TV for a long time.
What was Curtis's other name? Didn't he have a different name?
Michael McGillicuddy for a
See,
while.
I knew that
Yeah.
name before. See,
He's the son of Mr. Perfect.
Okay, there you go.
He tagged with me as Ryback.
See?
Yeah, that was who they put us together
God,
for a
I totally
period.
remember that.
And it's he's such a good guy, but they have not built them up enough in this new role with the Miz to warrant bringing back the Shield, but they can make anything work, and it will work still. I'm just saying it would have been nice to have seen like a real threat come in, and they might go that route still. This just might be the introduction of it. So, and then they might bring in another faction to come in to challenge the Shield and whatnot, and what they could do is then have the other faction go over on the Shield,
right?
And you make the Shield have been used so good over the years that when you do that, you make instantly 3 new superstars.
Well, why wouldn't you just like align some of the bigger names and make them almost like superhero versus villain?
Well, they do that. That's what they did with the Shield in 2012.
Right.
They put me, Cena, Sheamus.
Okay, that's why. Oh.
Like 3 individual superheroes against this group.
Huge.
And then they put them over on me.
Really?
Ultimately. Yeah. Time and time again. They cost me the WWE Championship on multiple occasions from a storyline perspective. Not
you want
really,
me to
fucking wanted
listen? Why wasn't I managing you at then? I had to fucking powerbombed all those motherfuckers. Like bam, 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 done.
I don't know if you can do that to guys, Phoenix.
Oh yes, I can.
Little girls like Piper.
I'm gonna let you know right now. I flipped bitches that were 160.
Girls.
No, guys.
These are guys.
No, guys.
Well, that's most of the roster, but yeah.
Yeah, if they're like 160, I got you. I can flip them. I really can.
No, I believe you. I believe everybody listening believes that.
Yeah, I made him weigh himself before the flipping in 160, and I'm only getting stronger. So eventually, I'm flipping Ryback. It's gonna happen.
You're never gonna touch me, Phoenix.
You're gonna
Can't
cry.
touch this.
Dun-dun-dun.
What do we have? What else is
All right,
next?
which speaking of girls,
What's NXT?
No, Shayna officially joins the WWE Performance Center. Who is she?
The UFC star, I believe, or Ultimate Fighter, right?
And that's what I was about to say. So Shayna already made history as a finalist in the inaugural WWE Mae Young Classic. Now the Queen of Spades is ready to embark on her new career, and the WWE is official member of the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. The former UFC originating from South Dakota began training full-time in the Performance Center last week. I'm looking forward to getting out there and twisting off limbs and breaking bodies, she told WWE.com. I can't wait. A member of the MMA Four Horsewomen. Ooh.
4 Horsemen, women.
Yeah, well, it says
Ultimately, that means huge fucking marks.
Yeah.
They're not fucking marks. They shouldn't, because that's my.
Ric Flair was one of the original.
No, that's my term for negative fans.
Okay.
But WWE loves when people are wrestling fans like this because they take advantage of them. They get them for less money, and they'll promise them they'll give them. It's really interesting. They like it. The bigger fan you are, they love that because they know you will do anything to go there and be.
Was she a big fan?
Yeah, her Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
they love wrestling, and that's fine. You can love wrestling, but you have to be able. And I think Ronda would be smart enough to.
Yeah, she ain't taking none of those.
She's not dumb.
32 million.
Yeah.
About that.
But like I hope so. But they are brilliant on preying upon your love of the business.
So, do you think it's funny that I don't know? Did you guys ever talk about how someone coming from the WWE going to UFC getting their ass kicked and then vice versa?
We talked about Punk before doing that. Yeah.
I'm like, because you seem like a great wrestler. Like,
no, he's awesome. I had
come to
me and him had butted heads over the years.
Okay.
And he on different things we've talked about all of that on the podcast. And I respect him for having the courage to go cross over and do that and whatnot. And he loved the training and he's still doing it. And I think he's going to get another fight. I think he's going to go to. Pat talked about this before. Go to Bellator. Bellator, MMA.
But no, you're right, Bellator.
Yeah.
Let me correct you on the UFC. Damn it.
Bellator.
Yes,
no.
Bellator.
No, but they, it was too much too soon. But he's not like a Brock Lesnar or not. He's not
sizable enough to.
It's where skill really comes.
Oh yeah.
Into play on that at that size and specifically.
You have to do jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. Like you said, everything you do.
It takes years, and you're dealing with guys that have done that their entire lives. He wanted to be a pro wrestler his entire life, and
he achieved that,
and he mastered it.
Yeah.
And he was great at it, and it's whatnot. So
I could see going from UFC to WWE. I can't see going from vice versa.
I'm telling you, more. I think it's more difficult sometimes.
Really,
so many of those guys have tried. They're both entirely different things.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Conditioning is, you have to be in great conditioning for both.
Right.
But wrestling is an entirely different skill.
I think this should be our next podcast discussion.
I'm telling you,
about WWE versus UFC.
How many UFC guys have you seen go over though? And like WWE guys, you don't see a lot of them cross over.
No.
Brock and Punk are the only two that have tried, and Punk didn't look good at all. Like it's just
no. I felt bad for him. I really did. I knew he was gonna get his ass kicked. Like I know all the fighters. Like all the UFC guys, I'm actually friends with. Like I'm gonna say 85% of them, and I know them on a personal because I obviously train UFC.
I think as humans though too, I think you have it in you or you don't to fight.
Right.
I just think and I don't think you can learn it. Like I think you have to I think it's a survival instinct.
Right.
And even just because you have it doesn't. That's the dogs squeak their fucking toys.
Survival.
Even though you have the survival instinct doesn't mean you have to go and fight. But I think you either have that or you don't.
Right.
I just think that's inbred in you when you're born. So.
Right. Do you think you have the fight or flight? Because you're fighting in a ring. Do you think you can do UFC?
Oh, absolutely. But I don't.
I know people like Dana. Would you actually go in the ring?
No, but I don't. Bellator actually had reached out and offered. Pat dealt with them when I left them.
No. Fuck all the Bellator.
No. But I'm telling you that was a real thing.
I know.
I was like during that period when I was hurt when I left WWE. I don't believe in. And I go hear them out, see what they say, and like
Bellator ain't paying the money that
I'm
UFC
not like
is.
I don't give a fuck about working for another human being for the rest of my life.
Right.
I would rather work for me,
Right.
live my life, rather than be a whore for a promoter.
I
That's
agree.
like Connor. Connor has earned that right. Like he doesn't give a fuck
He
about
owned
them.
both belts, and he gave one away.
But I'm saying he's on that mindset of like he's taking advantage of them now because they've taken advantage of
him,
the
yeah.
fighter. So I don't. That would be like me going back to wrestling and like essentially. Because I had to.
Right.
Like I don't have to do that. So why would I?
Would you do UFC though?
No, but I don't have to.
I know you don't have to. Would you?
If I had to, yes.
Oh, geez.
Like if I had to do that to earn a living.
No, but
absolutely.
Just to fight in the ring and the octagon and fucking like take on
No,
somebody.
if that's what I had to do to earn a living,
Right.
absolutely.
But you don't have to do anything.
I don't have to do that because I'm in control of my life.
Right.
So like fuck no.
I kind of want to see you fight in the ring. That's all.
I
I'm
love
saying.
doing the training and all that, but I don't have to do that. So like as far as why would I want to go in there and take the chance of fucking
getting injured,
ruining my life for the rest of my life? Like fuck. Most of those guys, that's why you see fighters once they make money.
Yes, they don't
They're
fight
not-
as often. They're not. Yeah.
Exactly. There's a
They're doing
reason for
promotion.
it.
No, trust me. I understand.
The reason it's the hunger of life and being hungry for success.
Right.
Most of the guys don't have anything and they don't know any other way.
Right.
So they have to do it. That's why it's like Floyd Mayweather is very special because he has everything and he's still able to perform at a very high level.
Yeah, he did awesome.
That's very rare. You don't see that. That's why he's very special. And like a lot of people don't respect that because they're fucking idiots. It's just
You're
I don't
right.
have to do that. Like why would I? I'm injured right now and trying to get better. I don't give a fuck about that shit right
No,
now.
I know. I just had to ask. That's all. You know, I want to know if we're gonna be a tag team for that later on in life. It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. No, like
I'll be your manager for
I
sure.
thoroughly enjoy the training
Oh yeah.
and whatnot. But I don't
What's your favorite aspect of mixed martial arts? Is the Muay
spending
Thai?
yourself. No,
Yeah?
just spending yourself. The physical conditioning.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what it is. Just physical challenge. Just challenging yourself.
I like it.
I love, like my first day when I went to jiu-jitsu and rolling around with the black belt instructor and he couldn't tap me out.
Really?
Yeah. Fucking, I loved that aspect of it.
You're like, I got this, and he's
him,
trying.
And seeing the panic in his eye of not being able to tap me out. Not because I knew what I was doing.
But because you're strong.
Yeah. But because he physically couldn't fucking get anything on me.
Okay, real quick, what was the weight class difference?
He was heavy. He had a lot of body fat on him.
Okay.
I was heavier than him. I would say probably 30, 40 pounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Back to, sorry guys, I got him off track and I started talking about UFC stuff because obviously Shayna did that to me. WWE.
You love
now-
UFC.
I do. I won't lie.
Little
Like, I
UFC
love
boy.
it. I am. I've never fucked anyone. Well, I dated one fighter. One fighter.
Does that mean fuck him?
We did have sex.
So yeah, you did, and you're a liar. Are you
No,
lying
I
right now,
haven't
dude?
really. No,
Just lie to me on my own show.
I didn't lie to you.
Lying to
'cause
the
I'm
big
like-
guy.
Well, because we dated and like we had sex like twice, and then he kind of used me.
Is that dating technically, or is that just fucking him?
No. Because like we were.
Girls are really weird with that.
No, because he wasn't from the States. He's from the UK, so it got all complicated. And then he was like, "Send me money."
Your
for my
love life.
dog."
I want to get into. I think I want to get into depth on that
Oh
next week.
goodness. Okay, so
What that's like.
WWE announces War Games match for NXT TakeOver Houston. On NXT last week, William Regal, which I remember whenever I was watching,
Badass. Yep.
announced that there would be a War Games match at NXT TakeOver Houston on November 18th between the Undisputed Era versus Sanity versus Authors of Pain with Roderick Strong. I'm like, why is he by himself? We'll go there next.
No, they're teaming together. Yeah.
Okay. So Authors of Pain with...
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Now it makes sense. With WWE announcing Starrcade now War Games, it seems like they are on a bit of a WCW nostalgia kick.
No, I just think it's for whatever reason Vince hasn't used it with WWE as far as on the main pay-per-views. Hunter, I think he's letting Hunter do his own thing, and Hunter's taking advantage of using because it was a really popular thing in WCW.
Right.
And Vince is fully confident in WWE. I think he's letting Hunter have freedom in NXT and doing cool things. And I think that's, and I suspect, and Vince is very, very smart. Let Hunter do War Games in NXT and see how it goes. And if it does really good numbers, you'll fucking see it in WWE. That's what they're going to do.
Hey, you got to start out somewhere, and if you can play with the kids over here, then let them
And
play in the
people
big
will tune
ring.
into it because it always has just been an attraction, and it's different from regular. It's 2 rings, and it will do well. And I think what they're doing is really smart with that.
I like it.
Yeah.
I love this one because this is mine. 20 Years of Kane. October 7th marks the 20 years since Kane made his debut at Bad Blood. Also, first ever Hell in a Cell. How does a character like Kane have that kind of longevity? On paper, this seems like something that could have been short-lived, the fake Undertaker. But somehow Kane has managed to really carve out his own niche in the WWE and still pretty relevant now. Any good memories you can share of Kane as a performer or person?
I love Kane. He's the reason why he has done so well is because he's really smart, and he is. I've talked about it before. Like, I would talk to Kane about like money and things in the locker room, and we'd be like after a match in our gear still, and like corporate Kane and Ryback, and we're talking about gold and cash and stocks and
Squeaky
dogs.
toys.
Guys, we're trying to be professional over here. And I've talked to Kane at different points when I was frustrated. He was frustrated with different things in WWE, and he's like the Big Show. He's a loyal employee,
Right.
to them, even though he's an independent contractor. He's just always kind of he's always done what has been asked of him, and not to say that's right or wrong. I like that because I've done that for the majority of my career. But there's times I feel like to get to a higher level, you have to speak up for yourself. And
Right.
And but he's such a good guy, and he has a great family. I've met his family before, and he's running, I think, for mayor of Knoxville.
Really?
No, he's the most intelligent guy you will speak to up there. Like he just has and he's life experience, and I really want to pause the show and just put my dogs in the crate, but we're gonna let them go. They're dogs.
And they're dogs. That's what they do.
They're having fun.
Can I share my Kane memory?
Yeah,
I
please.
will never forget watching Kane, whatchamacallit, at the Hell in the Cell, and him coming out of the Undertaker's coffin and then power bombing him to the floor.
chokeslamming,
Yeah,
was it?
chokeslam. Yeah, sorry.
God
and
damn.
like, just, I know, sorry.
I'm correcting your memories.
Thank you. Whatever.
Yeah,
Where he
yeah.
choked him and then slammed him, and Paul Bear's like, excellent.
Think you would remember a
Rest in
choke.
peace. Yes, I remember the choke. I figure when you were Sid Vicious used to like choke him and then like slam him like that.
Choke slam, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
He would
figure it was-
powerbomb,
yeah,
too.
Exactly. That's why. I
All
mixed them
moves you
up.
do. You're like the Ryback of porn.
Yeah.
You do all the power moves.
Of course. Duh.
Yeah.
I make them all cry. Anyway, but I remember just like Paul Bear and like that whole storyline, and I'm like, Paul Bear switched sides, and that's his brother, and you can't make brother fight, and like that whole storyline was amazing.
Yeah, we have to catch you up. You're 20 years behind.
Oh,
No, it's a great
jeez.
period.
That's
But you
my
haven't. I feel
life.
like you haven't watched since then.
I have watched, but not as much. I stopped being as, I don't know, like
Marky?
collector marketing was never like, it didn't really attract me anymore. Like Sable left and Sunny left. And
Get
I was
out of
like,
here. wrestling wasn't as appealing to you as the years went on?
It took a little away because I was just like, oh, Shawn Michaels is gone. You know, DX era for me.
The
was
Attitude
like,
Era was a really cool. That had more viewers than ever before.
And they were drawing me more UFC. UFC. But
the wrestling was the worst it was probably ever. Wrestling wise, it wasn't like the greatest period.
No, it was all about attitude.
Yeah. The wrestling was the least important thing.
You were just waiting for someone to get hit with the chair, and oh my god, I can't believe you knocked him out.
It was, I loved like Austin and like the Shawn was always great.
Yeah.
The physicality was always there, but like the quality of matches was never. Not to say Austin or them, like they always delivered quality matches.
And you had the
like,
NWO
overall,
pulling you, and it was like I kind of lost when NWO happened in the UFC versus the WWF.
I would think you would like today's wrestlers because a lot of them, the guys, they aren't original and they just copy all that.
Right, but it was like I felt like I had such mixed alliance because Sting was over at WCW and Shawn's over here, and then Diesel went and became,
Yeah.
It just kind of messed with me.
Okay, God, it's fake, Phoenix.
It messed with my heart, and I was like, "You guys are tearing my family
apart." I really want to
apart.
call you a fucking Mark, but you're very positive, so I'm not going to call you that.
Thank you.
God, you're a goddamn fan, though.
I am a fan.
You should tune in. We got to catch you up for today's product.
Okay,
fans will
fine.
like you even more if you start watching today.
I promise. I love wrestling, and I respect it and everything else.
Oh, we know you do. I know that.
Like that's a fact.
All right, give me some more news. What do you got?
Oh, your favorite, the Vince McMahon the movie.
All right.
What's
going on with that?
According to the PWI Insider, was reportedly leaked that A-list actor Bradley Cooper has been nominated 3 times for Academy Awards and starred in many popular films: Hangover, Guardians of the Galaxy, American Sniper, American Hustle, Silver Linings Playbook. I love that movie. I cried so much. Limitless, and he was even in The Wedding Crashers. Is being considered for a new movie called Pandemonium, which is a biopic about WWE biopic. Thank you. Of WWE president, CEO, board chairman Vince McMahon's life. WWE Studios, who is now overseeing the film, reportedly made the offer to Cooper several weeks ago to star in this film. No word yet if Cooper has any interest in the role.
Any thoughts on the thing by Ace? Or no?
Pandemonium has a script since 2015, was shopped around to various studios. However, once WWE Studios became involved, it has been expected that the script was heavily edited due to McMahon family potentially being upset with how Vince was portrayed at times. AKA, if Vince McMahon had the movie, I think it really should be about the play up on Vinnie Mac. What role would the big guy want to be in the movie?
I don't give a shit about being in the movie. I think that the movie should be, this is Vince's way of controlling what people think about him.
Right.
And that's what they're doing.
I think every multimillionaire feels that way.
No, but like that, what you just mentioned as far as them not being happy is the way he's being portrayed by things that have happened. They will control that so that.
You know what?
But he has the money to control, and people will be stupid enough to believe everything because it's real. It's a movie.
Do you think they'd bring up the actual family aspect, like with
I don't
Stephanie?
know.
And his
I'm
wife
sure Vince has. I have no doubt there's many great aspects to Vince.
No.
There's just a whole other side that
well, yeah, no. But the asshole boss is everyone's got an asshole boss.
Yeah, no, it's way more than that. It's on a whole deeper level. So.
I'm sure there were times where he wasn't there for his family, and like.
Absolutely. But I would love to watch the movie still, but it's nothing more. They're controlling what they're putting out on that, so that's all that is.
Okay.
Yeah, and he has the money to control it, so he's doing it.
Right. Okay,
What's
so MMA fighter wins a match with a Boston Crab in Manchester, England.
No shit.
Why would you fight a Boston Crab? Wait, I'm so
I
confused.
use that move. That's Chris Jericho, like the Walls of Jericho.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Boston Crab, but he does it a little differently. But I'll use that move on the independent sometimes, and I like doing it out of a power bomb. But it's mixed martial artists want to fight with it.
Really?
No, really, you just read that to me.
Really? I'm all.
Jesus Christ, Finn.
I'm just like, wait, what?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, so it says it says full contact contender.
You are the
19.
easiest drunk I've ever seen. One glass of red wine, you are fucking tanked. I'm looking at you. I can tell you are completely glassy-eyed, and You go, really? Really?
Listen, between that and the puppies that are attacking me with the kisses,
That is true.
and
The
love,
dogs love
they
you.
are awesome and they love me, so I love them.
I think that's a hell of a way to win a mixed martial artist fight. So,
And I think it's kind of cute that. But wasn't it back in the day Bret Hart sharpshooter?
that was a variation
Yeah,
of that,
yeah.
a little different.
Okay,
The
I'm just
legs were
making
crossed,
sure I
but
got it. Yeah.
No, you know your shit.
Okay, I'm just making
Back
sure.
to that, you don't know anything about today, but we'll catch you up on all that.
It sounds like I'm having a sleepover watching wrestling Monday
Jesus,
and
we'll
Tuesday
have to
night.
just YouTube constantly. It's just my matches. I thought we were catching up on everything. No, you're just gonna watch me. Shut the fuck
Skip
up.
is in effect.
As I'm eating popcorn, just fucking,
And nachos.
Yeah.
So what day's your
Oh my
carb
God, I
day?
used to love walking to 7-Eleven as a kid and getting the nachos at 7-Eleven with
yeah.
the chili and jalapenos.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We would have been best friends as kids, I feel like.
I feel like I've
You would
been
have been fat
so
as
much
fuck.
fatter.
My best friend was super fat. And great guy, but he drank a lot of sodas. But I was constantly running and playing outside so I could eat whatever I wanted.
And he was watching wrestling.
Yeah,
inside.
watching wrestling. Yeah, no shit, seriously. And just playing video games. And then as he got older, he got into shape and whatnot. And he's fucking awesome now. But it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to plug to close the show?
Actually, I do, and it's on a fitness level. I just started a company called National Discount Labs. And basically...
Wait, hold on. Is this like a steroid thing or something?
No. Not at all.
This is like a legit show.
Legit. I know. Shut up. I'm going to beat you with my mic.
Well, I'm finding out all these new things. You
I
invest in
know.
real estate, CoolSculpting,
Right.
and like...
And now my other thing is National Discount Labs.
Okay.
So I am sick and tired of lab companies making $3,000 on a Synergenics lab that basically gives you everything from your... He's so enthralled right now at the fact that I know things. It's awesome. So
No.
So your IFG panel ones, your DHEA levels, your testosterone levels, your T3, your free testosterone, you can basically select like a Synergenics comparable lab, and
Yeah.
instead of paying $1,000, you pay $700.
Okay.
There's some that are even less than you'd go and shop a panel for female hormones even. You have an individual panels that are broken down. You basically go on there, you tell me what you want, and I get your panels done at basically discount bargain prices.
Do you then take that? That is... I love it. I think,
He's like, what the?
what is that again?
NationalDiscountLabs.com.
And you directly work for them?
Yes. I'm
So many
the
things
CEO.
you got going on.
Yeah, I do. I suck dick and I'm smart. What up?
Jesus Christ. It is amazing. I'm so
He is so
enthralled.
enthralled. You guys have no idea.
I'm
His face
learning
is
things as I
awesome.
go along. I just thought you suck dick. I didn't know.
Right? Wait a minute. Your asshole's not gaping. What? Oh, it's her mouth. Okay, that's what's
So many positives to you outside of this. Follow me, guys, at Ryback22 on Twitter, the big guy Ryback22 on Instagram, and Ryback247 on Snapchat, at CWTDG on Twitter. Thank you guys for listening. You have just listened to another episode of Conversation with the Big Guy.